Okay, so just real quickly then, for anybody tuning in, Darrow is a dwarven fighter cleric of a god Baruchthrum who is homebrewed, and his church is the only known church of it as far as he knows. He lives in a dwarven settlement on another island called Rockholm. They have this dwarven church of this dwarven god Baruchthrum. He has been tasked by his church to find out about the rumours of the appearance of another church a couple of islands away within this small set of islands, and this is the direction he's trying to take it in just now. So there's a little bit of background for anybody that wants it.
Do you folks fancy bring me company?
I thought we
Yeah,
had
dude.
all agreed to do that.
Yeah. Now, we obviously need to get ourselves some food and care before the journey and things like that. How much?
Right, Peter, when it comes to rations, if you don't... Like, that's semantics for me, and you don't need to worry about it too much. Like, just take... I don't know, like, what do you want? It depends what you want to take, I guess.
A week's worth in
Yeah,
case. I'm
just
hoping it will be less than that.
Yeah, but you just got to take that just in case. Take just whatever this is in the player's handbook, then.
And the other thing, you've mentioned there's a ravine across the island.
Yeah, so basically what you've heard about that island is that the island is in two halves. Imagine like a peach, cut a peach in half and take a stone out, right? Like that. That's the shape of the island, yeah? Like there's a big ravine going up the middle of two halves.
How deep is the ravine?
You're going to have to ask around with people to get that kind of specific information. I guess you wouldn't have heard information that specific yet, unless you'd have to go and specifically ask for it.
I haven't looked at how, without spending time looking at the character sheet, etc. Let's assume we haven't yet got rope and what you call them. There are various things to help with climbing. We'll get them.
Pitons and yeah. Hooks for your feet and all that shit.
Yeah.
Now
We'll get.
You had Annie's Adventure Essentials in the town would have all that stuff, remember? That shop had everything that you would need for that.
And hopefully someone kind of... because I don't think I've yet got a tent either.
Well, I know Cornaith is broke. He spent all his money. He was...
Yep.
I'm broke because I upgraded on...
You upgraded your armour. Garona, I think, is quite broke because she bought a really fancy, like, jacket and a really fancy blanket for her ox. So that's where all her money went. I think the only one that's got any money is Kiara.
Yeah, I'm not super broke. I did get.
Everyone doesn't know that Cornaith's broke though. That's not player knowledge. That's not character knowledge, because he was doing things on the sly.
I've now got my sheet up. I do have 50 foot of rope and water skin and a grappling hook.
Oh, okay.
So I have that. I think it's a tent. What's the weather like?
Okay, so picture this set of islands being about the same kind of climate as the British Isles, and it's this time of year, so it can be quite good, but you know it's temperate like the British Isles. It can rain at any time and it can be a lot colder at any time, but it's summertime, so yeah, generally in the day it can be okay.
Yeah.
I mean you're fucking miles souther on this island than me. Like it's 5 degrees colder where I am than where you are. Picture where I am rather than where you are. A little bit colder.
Okay. I've even looked at I've detailed on that. My 50 foot of rope, at one end there's a bucket tied to it, and at the other end there's a grappling hook.
Oh, nice. You've got it set up already.
have it set up, prepared for whichever thing may be first needed.
That's a plus 50 art roleplay bonus XP, that. Something like that. That's quality. I like
I've
it.
got winter blankets.
Does anybody else want to buy anything in town? Cornaith, you bought a dude. You paid his parents off for a year, didn't you, Cornaith?
Yep, that's what you said.
Yep. Cool. So I'll pop up a different map just to remind you what's in this town before you go ahead and leave it. And just to jog your memories in case there's anything you haven't thought of.
I think the main thing is in case we need to camp.
Yeah. So Annie's Adventure Essentials would have everything like tents. Annie's Adventure Essentials.
So I can just scrape together enough money for a small tent.
Just like, is it that? I think you've got about 6 gold each, you and Cornaith.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, in a pinch, a blanket alone would be enough. Those only run about 5 silver each.
I mean, you're supposed to be a hard dwarf.
Yeah, but there's this. There's not rock over my head.
Yeah, exactly.
Think without there be.
Picture Scottish summertime, right? Picture it being as temperate as Scotland rather than that way down there in London, right? Picture it being temperate like here. So even in the summer, right? You're not gonna not want a tent, eh? Picture the same kind of climate, the same kind of insects and stuff, you know, like we have here, midges. You know, like what? I don't know if they're called midges in England as well as in Scotland, but like the little mosquitoes that we call midges. Like picture like there's insects, that kind of stuff, like.
Yeah. Okay, so. Has your character got what she needs?
I think Tammy said in Discord she'll be RB, so.
Alright, okay.
If we want to continue, we can retrospectively get anything that's like mundane. It's not a problem to do that.
Yeah, but basically between us we want a certain amount of rope of...
Yeah. I mean,
10.
Basically what you're needing is her money. So we could just say, when Tammy comes back, we'll just say, right, Kiara's spent a little bit. We've spent a little bit of Kiara's money, hope you don't mind, Tammy. I'm sure she'll be fine. I don't know. I can have a look at Garona's sheet and see what she's got. I promised to not let her die. I didn't promise to not spend her money. She's got... not very much. Oh, she's got gems. She's got some value in gems. So she's got like 21 gold pieces, but she's got like 230 in gems.
Well, I think we've got enough. We need a bit of money for hire of a boat or...
Yeah.
Or for boatman.
So I'm going to pull up another map. I don't need to change yours just now, but just to show people watching, so where they're heading. Up. Yeah, so the guys that see that on Twitch, I've not moved the players onto that, they're not seeing that. They only see the blue. Blue. Anything that's red and green and yellow, that's all in the GM layer in the map, so they don't see these bits. This is just things I've done previously when I've used these maps, so I'll just leave them there in case they pop up later. So in the meantime, these guys are in this town, Meshina, and they need to go to this island, Torsea, because they've heard there's a church here. So, this is the port town, Elmsmere, which is also the other big town on this island, and that's where there is a boat shop, but they need to hire a boat to go from there to there. So this is now where we are. This is what we're doing.
And it seems common sense to go and head down. Hopefully there's a fisherman or somewhere in the village down the road, and that we don't have to go all the way to the wrong side of the island,
That's
and
what,
then get a boat all the way around the big island.
that's what you were hoping.
No, see, we're adventurers. We don't need to hire a boat. We just need to do something for people in exchange for the use of their boat. You know, like kill the local orc raiders or something of that
Kill some
nature.
pesky rats in their fucking... in their hay fucking shed or whatever. Yeah, shit like that.
It's Dougwell where we're headed.
Yeah.
You said that was been done comfortably in a day, that walk.
Yes. Less than a day. Meshina to Dougwell, less than a day. Probably half a day.
Yeah, so people that's their hangover of their last breakfast in the inn where we've been staying, check
Meshina
out
Arms.
and purchase what we need from Annie's Adventurers store, and we then hit the road.
Yep. I mean, Tammy's not here for the moment and Alex is not here, but both the players had agreed to that, so the party's all in agreement. You're going to hit the road. So, what are you buying? Darrow, a tent, some more rope, depending on what Kiara has, so maybe some more rope. And like I said, if Kiara doesn't have a bedroll and blanket and things like that, and she wants to have them, and she comes back and we've left, it's okay to retrospectively get some, like say that she got something like that, something mundane. That's not a problem. So don't worry about it too much.
Say we'll get various things. If the worst comes to worst, we only need, given we've got a watch, we don't need 5. We don't need 10 space for 5. We can make do with 4.
I assume the dog's going. I assume he's going. I don't know.
I think the dog will probably go.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's not talk about that other animal.
I don't think it's going to go in your little fishing boat anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Garona has an ox, so we don't think probably you're going to take that with you. But the dog can go. So Kiara has a dog, like an attack dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. Ruff, 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 ruff. And Cornaith has an attack boy. He's bought like an 18-year-old apprentice dude called Samir.
Darrow's the only one without his sort of living companion.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. He's Lonely Darrow. Right, so you just want to head out on the road to Dougwell?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pop a different map up then, again. Did I move you guys? Yeah, I did. So apologies to everyone for these crude hand-drawn maps. Yeah, so...
Dude, those are the best maps. Don't apologize.
I can't draw anything, man. I can't draw a straight line. I can barely draw a bath, you know what I mean? Right. So yeah, the walk from Meshina to Dougwell is a main road on the island. It's one of the main roads on the island because Meshina is one of the 2 main towns. So it's a good road. It takes you, like I say, about half a day to travel it. You would see travellers on the road going both ways. Generally farmers with carts taking goods to Meshina to sell. And then all the way between Meshina and Dougwell, as you can see so beautifully drawn on the map, there's like fields, you know, farms and Like all the way between Meshina and Dougwell, it's all like farmland. That's what the kind of squares on the map. It kind of looks like a brick wall, I guess, when you look at it like that. But that's what that's supposed to signify, farmland. So on either side of you, there's not forest like there has been, and then it's just farmland, all the way to Dougwell. There are, like I say, random farmers with trade carts and horses, taking them up to Meshina and coming back. If you wanted to stop to speak to anybody, you would be able to.
If there's any rumours of anything going on down in Dougwell or on the way.
You want to ask someone about that?
As we pass, might as well make a bit of conversation.
Okay, well, one lone farmer that you meet would tell you that a couple of days ago on his travels, it was broad daylight and he saw like big fork lightning strike the top of Mount Meshina, and like an explosion at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
But no one else saw it, and no one else, like, when he asks people around, no one else mentioned it. It was only a couple of days ago he saw lightning strike the top of Mount Meshina. That's about the only kind of interesting thing you're going to get out of anyone, rather than they're going to and from their farms to sell some stuff.
Yeah, so this is peaceful countryside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, if you talk to the guy that they would offer to sell you their goods, they're carrying, you know, like turnips, potatoes, like very mundane stuff. If you wanted to buy any of that, you're more than welcome to any of that. They would all sell. Nothing more interesting than fruits and vegetables, though. Grains.
Yeah.
Farm stuff, arable farm stuff. And yeah, the one interesting thing that anybody has to tell you is that a couple of days ago we saw the top of the mountain struck by lightning. And like an explosion at the top of the mountain. But no one else saw it. No one else in town saw it. He was from Dougwell. He was going from Dougwell to Meshina. His name is Wally Wessler. Like wrestler without the R, Wessler.
Okay, if he's actually from Dougwell,
Yeah.
so we can confirm that there'll be someone either able to take us to Torsea or to hire a boat out for us to go to
He
Torsea.
would tell you that there are many huts on the shore, with boats, you know, tied to little piers. I forget the correct words for with water stuff. I don't know, but you know the little huts that are like built onto the little wooden things that are then like housing boats inside them. You know, it's like a boat shed.
Yeah.
A shed for boats, a boat garage. A garage for boats. You know, there's them like all the way down the coast near Dougwell. Fishing's a big part of the economy there and what people do there. Yeah.
Okay.
So fishing boats up and down that coast all day, every day.
Yeah, so it sounds hopeful.
And I guess you'd pick up the vibe, or he would not so much tell you directly, but it's a very poor community. It's a farming, fishing community. A couple of shiny gold pieces, you're definitely going to be able to get somebody's boat off them for the day. Do you know what I mean? Just pay them like 2 days what they would make catching fish, and then boom, you've got the boat for the day easy. He'll tell you he's a fisherman himself. He's a farmer himself, Wally. But he knows many friends down there that are fishermen.
He's ever been to Torsea?
Oh no, I've never been across to the island. Nothing there, my friend, nothing there to see. Trees and rocks, I believe. Trees and rocks. Not even so many trees, just rocks and a big hole in the earth.
I was told something might be there.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Nothing of interest, I wouldn't think, my friend.
Many dwarves fall in at all at Dougwell?
No, not really. I mean, we might get the occasional traveller down from Meshina. You know Meshina, you've come from there. It's more of a metropolitan place, but nah, it's just a fishing community. We're just all mostly humans down here. I don't think there's any dwarves in town, like.
we'll say cheers. We might spend a copper, a couple, a couple of spuds or whatever we can.
Okay, well, let's say Wally Westler, he's selling corn.
In a fire on the island the next day or whatever.
Okay, so he sells corn. He's a corn farmer, so he's got corn on the stock. Stalks of corn. You want to buy a couple of them and barbecue them later on a fire? I guess you can.
What I call corn on the cob, but yes, okay.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Tammy's back.
Oh, sorry, did you see me burping?
Is
Is that why you said hi?
It sounded more like a cough, so thanks for letting us know it wasn't. But yeah,
Sorry.
it's alright. So yeah, you missed us. We're on the road. So Meshina to Dougwell, we're on the road.
Yeah, I've been back for a little while. I was just listening to Peter.
Ah, right, okay. Was
That
there
was right.
anything in the town that you wanted to buy?
No, I had a shopping list, I think, that
Right.
I had done before. But it was just things like there was a bedroll for me and Tegan, and there was I did have a couple of ropes and writing things.
Well, you've just listed all the things that Peter was talking about that we needed, so I think we're good.
Sweet, okay.
The tents we'd mentioned as.
Yeah, do you have a tent?
No.
Well, Dara would like to know if you would like to buy one, because he can't afford one.
Yeah, that's fine. I just assumed that everybody would have got it anyway. As long as I didn't die, I was okay.
I can afford a small tent, but I'm not looking at the right page.
The thing is, Peter, Dara's been a very sociable dwarf. I can imagine him wanting to share the tent anyway. Like, have a drink at night in the tent and stuff.
I've not found the right page to explain how many people can be in a small tent.
I think it's like 248 or something. Small, medium, large. Or 2, 4, 10, something like that. I know that medium is big enough for all of you. Maybe, well, no, there's 5 of you and a dog, actually. So maybe not.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I don't mind getting a tent for everybody to share, actually. But I would probably need a small one, or the dog would sleep outside.
Yeah.
Well, there's the question. Is Tegan coming, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess Garona's not going to try and take an ox on a small fishing boat. So, yeah, so I guess it's the 5 of you and the dog.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about the ox. Okay, you would make it to Dougwell without any further event in the early evening. Dougwell, you walk along as you come in. The houses between the fields become a bit more dense. You wouldn't call it a town, it's a village. You see... Hang on. I think I have some names of some buildings here. In the big folder. Come on. Sorry, folks. Ah, yeah, okay, right. I've actually got... Yeah, okay. So there's a cobbler and a tailor in town. A tavern called the Scarlet Bard. Yeah, okay. Yep, there you go. So yeah, there's one tavern in the town called the Scarlet Bard. And then just houses and farms.
Somewhere where guests can skip.
Doesn't say here in my notes. I'm going to say no, because there are such adequate places to stay in Meshina, which is the kind of trade town. I'm going to say that no, this isn't a tourist town. People don't come here for the day. No, just a drinking tavern.
Maybe we can ask to camp in the garden or whatever. There's various places have been harvesting, so there's fields no longer have crops in or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Various things harvested at various times. Now, Tammy, you were going to say something there.
That was literally going to be my suggestion.
What, sleep in
So
a
it's
field?
okay. Yeah, to ask if there was, ask at the tavern if there's somewhere that people wouldn't mind us pitching, or a tent that we've bought.
Would it be fair to say that Samir has acquired the peasant hero status, being that he's, joined an adventuring company?
Probably
and
back in Meshina, yeah, for his
was-
friends and that, yeah. Probably for all the boys his age, all the boys and girls his age in town, yeah, definitely.
So would that give him the benefits
In
of,
Meshina, maybe.
say,
No, because this is another
Okay.
town. Yeah, no, I know what you're asking. In Meshina, yeah, it probably would have, but not here. It's
okay,
only,
I
it's only
wasn't
been,
sure
yeah,
if
well, it's been
surrounding
like one night.
areas.
It's been one night, so his fame can't really spread. It's been one night and he hasn't actually done anything with the party, so his fame's not really going to have spread to the next town yet.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Hey, it was
Um,
worth a shot,
Oh yeah.
So,
So we're going to go to this tavern and
Yeah.
check it out, really.
Okay.
out. Kiara may want to play. I don't know. Depends what they feel.
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
and near the near the centre of the town is a small tavern.
Yeah. So, it in.
Say that again. Sorry.
It's in.
What did I say? It was the Scarlet Bard. It's called the tavern.
Hopefully, they like musicians. If
It's called the Scarlet Bard. So
yeah. Don't know whether Kiara's Scarlet or not, but
she has the hair. Oh, she has the hair. They might love her. In
Oh my
here,
god,
actually.
yes, that's perfect.
So yeah, there's a sign on the outside, and it's a bard playing a lute, and he's wearing red, fancy flowing robes. On the sign, it says the Scarlet Bard.
well, given the prospect of beer inside, Darrow isn't one to hang around outside.
Okay, you go up the steps. There's a little front kind of porch bit. You open a saloon door. Place looks kind of on par with the Thistledown before in Meshina. It's it's a working man's pub. It's full of men mostly. You might be hard pressed to find a woman. All dirty or stinking of fish. So it's farmers and fishermen in here. All with almost exclusively drinking big mugs of ale. All looking pretty somber. I guess they're all hard-working guys, and it's the end of the day. They're in for their drink. No one's really saying much, although it's like I say, a working man's pub that doesn't have the rowdy atmosphere like you had in the bigger town.
Right.
So despite its name the Scarlet Bard, there's no entertainment.
I definitely think that they might appreciate me playing the lute for them. Cheer them up.
A nod at the barkeep and head over.
Okay, so in the same flavour of the other guys in the bar, the barman's a rough-looking guy. His sleeves are rolled up. He's got dirt on his face. He looks like he runs the place by himself. He's cleaning out the toilets before he's pouring your drink. His hands are dirty. He gives you the kind of the silent nod, not so much a smile, just the silent nod. Doesn't really say kind of get you anything. He's very
Yeah, well, I'll ask for beer and I doubt this is the place that has wine for Corneille.
So, if you look up at the bar, you'll see a couple of bottles that look like they could be wine. But that's about it. The other ones look like they're spirits bottles. And then, yeah, like one big barrel of beer sitting next to the bar. The bar where he serves them, it's just a little kind of wooden board put on top of a barrel, and he's got the tap coming up, pours it there, and then gives it out. There's nothing really fancy. There's a little table behind with a couple of bottles on, a couple of them red looking like they could be wine.
Well, assuming that this is cheap, I will I'll buy some stuff. I'll buy around.
Okay, so just take half a silver piece from your inventory, 5 copper pieces for a round of drinks for the 5 of you. 1 copper piece of an ale.
Yeah, any yeah, do they serve food?
No food here, only drinks. He looks at the 2 elves at the party. He says, "Got a bottle of wine if you would like, sir, madam. Half a silver and it's yours for the bottle." And he holds up a dusty as hell red wine. You can almost not tell it's red because of the dust on the outside of it.
I'll say thank you. I'll get that for Cornaith and I. And then I would ask him if anybody would mind if a pretty lady played some music for these hardworking men.
So the hardworking man behind the bar just grunts, shrugs his shoulders, walks off and starts cleaning the glass with a fucking rag that's probably dirtier than the glass. So he just grunts and kind of nods his head, shrugs, I guess.
Yeah.
They're so miserable.
We'll see what happens when you play.
Oh, do I have to roll for this?
Yes, you roll a proficiency check for musical instrument. So check your character sheet.
Uh-huh. Oh, do you mean like my actual Roll20 character?
Yep. So if you go down to proficiencies, musical instrument loot, it's 17 minus 1. So you've got to roll a d20.
Yeah. I have to get less than 16. No.
You've done it well.
Oh. Did I? Oh, good. I've had a terrible feeling that might have went the other way.
So, Kiara stands up and she starts playing her lute. Do you sing and dance also, or do you just play the lute?
Can I say? Oh, I can dance. Yeah. I'll dance. I'll dance for them.
Cool, go for it. So,
Same again.
2 seconds. Okay, so as you start to play your lute, a few of the heads of these gruff working men pick up. You see a couple of eyes start to look at you. You see through beard. You know when a guy's got a beard, it's like his whole face is just eyes, nose, and beard. It's like that type of guys. And you see a couple of eyes start looking up at you, and a couple of the eyes they start to twinkle. It looks like everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. Some of the heads that I've picked up kind of stay up, and then the guys go back in their seat a little bit, and they kind of start to pay attention, and they're not so shy that they were looking, and the room feels more comfortable, and your playing is having a very positive effect on the atmosphere, 100%.
Okay. And are we... Oh, so it is. So we can stay here and maybe have another drink before we start asking people if we can sleep in their back garden.
You can do whatever you like, it's open world.
You're the high charisma member of the party. Oh no, there's 2 high charisma members of the party. Unfortunately, Paul seems to have lost his connection or something.
Are you with us, Paul?
Chiara also has etiquette. Is this where like a thingy in a room would...
Yeah, but I guess the etiquette is only really applicable to people outside of what you know well, and these are just common working class people, and you know these people well. The etiquette with these people already. Do you know what I mean? Your etiquette proficiency check would be for like if you were at a posh ball like some lord's ball in his castle, and you were
Okay.
pretending to be some lady in waiting or something like that, that's when you
Yeah.
make an etiquette check, when you're out of your element and you're using someone else's etiquette. Like, you know, I mean, you understand the etiquette of different cultures and different situations. Everyone here already knows the etiquette here. You know a bar like this. But yes, good question. For anybody watching, this is Tammy's first game of D&D, and she's a fucking amazing player already, yeah?
Well, so as say, Ebo will let the more outgoing members of the party try and raise.
Well, by this point, if you continue playing for another few minutes, some feet are tapping. You have a couple of the jugs are tapping on the table. There's guys at the bar. Like, the place seems to be getting busier. Like, people are picking up their drinking. You seem to have changed the whole atmosphere of the place. Even the barman's got a smile.
And it's a friendly place. It's not like when we had asked that guy earlier about the island. Like, it didn't seem like that anybody was like bothered about us asking about it.
No one's unfriendly in this bar. Just that their whole kind of demeanour was very sombre and just tired. Tired as in like they're working, they're hard working men at the end of the day. That kind of tired. Not grumpy or anything like that. Like,
I was thinking for making sure that we didn't. I don't know what we're going to this island for, so I don't want to draw shitloads of attention to.
Yeah. Well, you're looking for a church, and Darrow said that to the rest of the party, hasn't he, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, when we're sitting at the table between songs, the thing I was going to suggest people find out about, and it's unfortunate that all seems to be offline at the moment, but the order of how soon it has to be is where to stay the night, so to camp the night. Someone who could, either one of the people present, or if they can make a suggestion of someone to approach, take us over to the island. And third is any rumors of anyone been to the island, or of anyone on the island.
Okay. So, as far as...
Well, and I've got a fourth thing. Anyone injured who needs curing.
Oh, here in the bar, or you mean in the party? Because in the party, everyone's good, because you spent the night and you'd also been to the church.
No. Is there someone who's had an accident on the farm?
Ah, okay.
You know, the...
Ah, right, okay. Okay, so yeah, one...
Obviously, if I can...
Yeah, okay,
So
so...
if someone's son has fallen over and whatever, if I can do a bit of curing, that's always makes people...
So, you will notice one guy, right? Who has his foot up. He's got like a small stool, and he's resting his foot up on it, like he's, like you rest your foot if you sprained your ankle or whatever. So there is one guy that's obviously got an injury, so you could go and speak to him.
Yes, okay, I'll go over and say, hello, sir, perhaps I may be able to cure your... If that's a recent injury, I may be able to improve it with my God's blessing.
So this man will look up at you. This young man, I guess he's a younger man, very short beard. He'll look up at you and say, but, what do you mean? He doesn't know what you're talking about. He's like, the only thing that's going to heal this is resting it up like this for a week.
Well, if you are willing for me to pray over it, I may be able to improve it tonight.
Well, maybe you have some god that cares more about you than I do have one that cares about me, because no prayers of mine have ever been answered, but feel free to try, my man. Feel free to try.
Okay, so I'll do that and do a cure light wounds.
Alright,
What
roll the
me-
dice. Okay, right, so the guy, he looks up at you and his eyes widen, he's like, huh? And he starts to move his leg and he takes it off the stool and he puts it down, he stands on it and he gets up and he's on both feet and he starts jumping up and down, he's like, oh, you did it, your god is real, your god is real.
Yeah, Barrackthram's blessing. It was Barrackthram who blessed your wound.
Praise Barrackthram, and this guy will hug you, this young guy, and he starts dancing because the lute's still playing. I assume Kiara is still playing the lute. And this guy's just, he can not just stand up, but he can jump and he can dance. So yeah, he starts dancing with you, Darrow. Or he hugs you and tries to dance with you, I guess. It's up to you how you react to that.
I shuffle.
You give them a little dwarven two-step.
Yeah,
Nice.
Heavy armor 22-step.
Nice, I like it.
So, yes, I say, we're, do you know anyone who would let us camp in his fields tonight?
Yeah, you don't need to sleep in a field. I'm sure there's room in my house. And the young lad would be like, Mum and Dad would be proud to have you. Look what you've done for me. A drink for the man and his friends. And the man at the bar will say, have you got cash? Well, we'll worry about that later. Come on, drinks for my friends. And the barman, who's already in a nicer mood, he'll reluctantly start pouring some more drinks in. He says, and this young guy that you've healed, let's call him Leonard. He says, you don't need to sleep in my field, you sleep in my house. We'd love to have you. Honoured guests.
Having cured him, I ask if anyone else knows of anyone who's been injured recently. Who could...
So there's an old guy with a white beard at the back. And he'll be like, he lifts up his eye patch and says, it's not so recent, but you want to have a look at that for me? And he lifts up his eye patch and there's just a big hole where an eye used to be. And then everybody starts laughing, I guess. Everybody, the whole bar, everyone's in high spirits. So yeah, that guy pulls that one and everyone starts pissing themselves laughing.
Yeah, I'm not... I have heard that gods can grant miracles like that, but needs someone who's more established in his faith to achieve that.
So this bearded guy who's got up from the back, this old guy, pirate-looking motherfucker, he's gonna come up and put his arm over you and say, lad, I'm just playing with you. You're a good dwarf. Let me buy you a drink. So he hobbles up to the bar, this guy, and he goes to buy you a drink. So you've now got 2 drinks. 2 brand new full drinks.
Right.
And an adventure tomorrow, remember?
Yeah. But this guy's the old guy. Ask him what he knows about Torsea.
I mean, the fishing's not so good over there. I mean, it's all cliffs and rocks, like, and there's nothing there. It's rocks and trees. Ain't nothing grows there, but trees. And ain't no fish on the shore, so, or ain't no fishing there anyway. So, I've never been there. I don't think my parents have ever been there. Like, no one goes there. There's nothing there. Rocks and trees, maybe a bear. You might get killed by a bear, I don't know.
Once told me My church has learnt that there may be another branch of it. First of all, I was told it was on. Sorry, I've gone. Let me reduce the scale of the map so I could.
Panthea Minor, this one.
Panthea Minor. I could remember it was minor.
Because the big one where you're from is Panthea.
Yeah. I was sent over to here on Panthea Minor to try and inquire hold on whilst I look at the character's background.
Excuse me.
Bio and info. Other Berin. He had a dream in which Barakram came to him and said that there was that over Panthea Minor was another was a new branch of our faith. When I inquired in when someone in Meshina had heard of Arxram, he advised me that where I should look was Torsea.
I mean, by all means look, but I don't think you're going to find anything there.
Well, if you know someone who could be prepared to take us over to the island, and how long do you reckon it would take to explore the island properly?
I mean, it's... As far as I can see from looking at it, it's just trees, but it's small, so I don't know, probably a day.
What if we were to ask one of these fishermen to take us out there in the morning and then to pick us up maybe like a day later? Or would you feel better if we had our own boat to take?
We've got... I'll be happy to be picked up, and we might have to go back to where we were. Want to leave 2 days to explore the island?
Yeah.
Because if they're... Oh, I ask them.
So you want to get someone to take you and come back for you 2 days later, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've suggested to the other people in the group as well that we ask around about whether anyone's been to the island.
Well, Leonard would tell you that he knows that his dad's a fisherman, and his dad says it was him that told him that there's no fishing round it. The coast's not good enough. It's too choppy because it's all cliff on this side. It's all so the water's smashing against the cliffs all the time. So it's not the right kind. It's dangerous for fishing, and there's no fish there also. So yeah, no one goes there. No one from here anyway.
Right.
Not that he knows of anyway. If this is you talking to Leonard, your new friend that you've healed, he doesn't know anyone that's been there.
Well, there's the old timer too. I'll buy the old timer drink back.
Okay. So the old timer's name's Nigel, and he's got like what's Doc from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, the big wild white hair like that, but then he's got the big wild white beard as well, and then like an eye patch. That's the old timer.
Yeah. Well,
Nigel.
You ever been over to the island, Nigel?
I mean, I think I've got the vaguest memory. Maybe when I was a little boy, I might have been there with my grandfather, but I don't know if it's a memory or a dream. I'm not sure. No one goes there.
Is it just because it's bad for the fishing that no one goes there?
And
Or is
there's nothing else there. There's no people there. It's nothing but a big.
Nothing interesting.
It's nothing but a big hole, a big crack in the island and some trees. Really, yeah. It's not got the landscape to build anything on it. It's not got the landscape to farm. So just no one's ever lived there.
Or perhaps, say, there's barracks, as you see, I'm a dwarf, perhaps the faith, perhaps the new, the new church is underground. Then maybe you've not seen any signs.
Weatherd looks at you. And he looks at you again and cocks his head aside. Your wisdom's beyond me, yeah, I would never have thought of that, yeah. Of course, of course. You're a dwarf, you're looking for another church of your kind. Of course it would be under the ground, of course it would. Then no one would ever know it was there, so yeah. You may well find your church. I will take you. I will take my father's boat. You healed my broken leg. I will take my father's boat and I will take you.
Okay, thank you. I don't know what other people are, but it's I'll be asking around. We'll have to see what happens when we meet his parents, of course.
Well, yeah, he's promised you that you can stay at his parents' house, but you're not spoke to them.
Yeah.
Corneth seems to be pretty good with people's parents.
Yes, so say, I've done the healing, but I'm aware that either Corneth or Kiara may come across better than talking to humans.
Corneth, Kiara, do you want to try and take it away with the investigation?
Sorry, I'm still here. I'm not feeling good.
Don't worry.
You want me to speak to this guy's parents?
Kiara would likely be the better candidate. She's not a stuck-up grey elf.
Yeah. She's a half elf. She looks mostly human. And she's pretty. She's a female. She's the likely candidate for this conversation, I guess.
Hold on, somebody recap what. So are we away to
You're going to speak to Leonard's parents.
Leonard's parents.
Yeah, he's offered you to stay in his house and to take you tomorrow in his father's boat.
Okay.
So yeah.
Is he like a kid?
No, he's just a young man.
Okay.
I guess 18-ish. A young man, like Samira's age. A young man, but he lives with his parents. Young, not married man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we going to his house?
it's a poor community. Obviously, they still probably live with the parents until they get married in that kind of peasant lifestyle.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
given we are doing things tomorrow, I'm prepared not to drink any more than what's already been queued up.
You've already got a couple in the tap, eh? So that's uncharacteristic of Darrow to show some restraint. Nah, he shows restraint, but he just likes to He still likes to roll the
I
dice
think-
and see how much he can get away with. I think Darrow he really likes beer and going for a drink and celebrating, but he's also a very sensible dwarf, so he's conflicted when it comes to going out if he's got a quest in the morning.
So I suggested Leonard that he introduces us to his parents.
Okay, so it's just up the road a bit.
Us turn up. We don't want to be turning up when they're already in bed themselves.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, it was early in the evening when he strolled into town. Cara played her lute a bit. You've chatted to a few people in the bar, had some drinks, so I guess you spent another hour. So I guess it's like mid-evening now, so starting to get dark. It's not bedtime, but it's kind of it's winding down for the working class people who are up very early in the morning. I guess it will be for some of these farmers.
But it's better to turn up at theirs whilst it's still light.
Yes. So in that case, you're running out of time.
Okay.
It's mid-evening, summer mid-evening, so it's still light, but people will be going to their bed soon. The working class people are up very early in the morning to do their fields and stuff. Their cows.
We're ready.
Okay, so just up the road a little bit then. Maybe let's just say back the way you came. Is a house just off the main road with a few fields behind it. And that's his farm. So he'll take you inside, and he'll go bounding in like really enthusiastically. He skips up the step. He'll be like, "Mom, Dad, look, look, look!" And he's like jumping and spinning, and like the dwarf did it for me. The dwarf, look, Mom, Dad, look, look, look. There's adventurers here. Look, and they have a cleric, and he healed my broken leg, and I said they can come for dinner and stay in our house for the evening and be our guests. The man has cured my broken leg, Mum, Dad. And his mum and dad, I guess they look worried at first when he's burst in the door with you guys behind him, but they've seen him like jumping around on his leg that was like, he's saying broken leg, like in medical terms I guess it would be a rolled ankle, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't as bad as a broken leg, but he's saying broken leg because it was fucked up, and now he can stand and jump and dance on it. So they loosen up and they're smiling, and they kind of give you all a nervous smile and say, yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. And the husband will say to the wife, right, okay, go get extra plates ready. And so she runs off into the kitchen, and he'll say, come sit. And he'll take you into a small, like very small sitting area next to off the kitchen, like, you know what is their living room, their lounge. You pull out an extra couple of cushions. It's just like a couple of cushions and blankets sitting on the floor. They don't have like proper seats or anything.
I brandish some of the corn that we bought earlier.
Ah, okay.
Not food, we got this.
Some of the what?
So the Leonard's dad he'll grab it and go, this is Wally's corn. Oh, beautiful. Wally goes some nice corn, and he'll call his wife. So I guess I need to give them names. So she's Paula, Leonard's mum, I guess, and Leonard's dad's called what's a good name? Derek, right? So Derek and Paula. So Derek goes and takes the corns to Paula, and cook these and put these in, and come on, and extra this and extra potatoes, and come on, we have guests. 5 hungry bellies. The dog. What are we gonna give the dog? The fat from the deer. Give the fat. And she's carving up a deer. So like they've got, they're a poor family, but she's cutting up a half a deer, and she's making like a stew or whatever. He's like, extra potatoes. So she goes into the larder. There's a little larder off the kitchen. It's well stocked up with food, although they don't have like expensive furniture or anything. And it seems their kitchen and everything's well stocked. She's preparing a bang up meal for you, and he invites you all to sit.
We'll do so.
He says, space. We don't have much space, but I mean, you can all sleep in here, right? I mean, and so there's a small room, and if you're all laying out strategically, I guess you can all sleep in here.
Well, that would be plenty. Underground in Rockholm is often not much room.
It's a little bit drafty, but I mean it's their main room of their house. It's their living area, so it's far as furniture. It has a rug, you know. It has like a couple of bits on the wall, like shelves and stuff with crockery or whatever. Like it's probably the more decorated room of the house, the least Spartan area in the house. So it's not a hovel. They're just working class. It's small. The food is basic, but it smells great. You know, this living area that you're sitting in is going to be where you're going to sleep in. That's right next to the kitchen, and you can smell her cooking. She's got the meat into the stew now, and it's starting to smell up really nice.
Smells as if it's going to be better than what we've had for breakfast the past however many days.
Absolutely, from the smell you would say so. Yeah, definitely.
It's not the Meshina Arms.
No, it definitely smells a lot better than the cooking at the Meshina Arms. And you had venison at the Meshina Arms. I'm sure you had rabbit and then you had deer.
Yeah. I think there were the three things.
Neither was great.
No, hold on. The lamb we had at the posher place.
Yeah, that was at the different bar in Meshina. The different tavern in Meshina.
Was that any good?
It was alright. Again, it was nothing special. Trying to remember the name of that place.
Sort of 2-star instead of the 1-star at the Meshina Arms.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of that place. It is called Thistledown. Weeping Willow was the rough place and Thistledown was the better place. There you go.
Presumably I make conversation about how I've been tasked with a mission.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting as well. That's my fault. I was thinking it in my head. I would thank them. I would tell them that the food smells delicious. This is more than enough space for us. We've brought our bedrolls and things with us. We landed here earlier on this evening, and your son so kindly offered to invite us back to stay tonight. We are actually going to look at Torsea tomorrow. My friend Darrow has a mission from his church, and we're very grateful for the rest and any information, as we might have some questions if you can help us.
Oh, of course, young lady. Whatever you would like to know, I'd be happy to tell you.
Sorry, Darrow. Do you want to tell them about your church and your mission?
Yeah, so I tell how our church was founded. It was 50 odd years ago, was it?
About 50ish, yeah. So it's a very new church.
My father Berin had a vision of Barrackthram, and recently Father Berin has had another vision in which Barrackthram told him that there was another branch of the church.
Barrackthram came to Father Berin in vision and told him there are more worshippers, there are another sect of this church, and you must find them and locate them. And it was your first quest as champion of the Church of Barrackthram.
And originally we were told it was here on Panthea Minor, but when we were in Hold on.
Meshina?
Meshina. I forgot who was it. The bard or was it someone else? Oh, it was someone who recognised the name Barakthram.
Yes. Wasn't it the
And
bar? Was it the bard Garrick that you met in the bar?
yeah,
I think it was.
yeah. So Garrick told me that I should go to Torsea.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if it's a dwarven church, then I guess it could be anywhere in the hills there. Yeah. And I guess you need a ride over there in a boat, right? Well,
That's what
you're in luck because you're staying with a man who fishes.
I thank you. Yeah, so we've got some gear, some camping gear, so we could spend a couple of a big island. Just thinking how long it will take us to have a look over it.
Take a couple of hours to sail around it at most.
Yeah, but then there's the trekking up and down, and there's got the Rift Valley,
It's a big crack right down the middle of the island, so I don't know if it's going to be easy to move around. I'd guess I'd give yourself a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you find a good landing spot, then we can aim to return there. It's not a big island, so even if we don't find our way back exactly, we should be able to find the coast and then wander along.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with you until I find you somewhere to land, and then I'll come back in the same place to get you, and I'll come back whenever you like.
Be most grateful
Here
for
you go.
that.
Here's what I can do to make your life easier. I'll come back at high sun every day, and I'll wait for 1 hour. And if I miss you one day, I'll get you the next.
Right, and
Take me less than an hour to row there.
yeah.
And I'm sure with you guys helping row, I'm sure it's going to be half that.
Right. Thank you, and say you got your lad. Who was offering to row, the father or the son?
The father.
Father. You got your lad able to do some more work for you now. That is.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I was falling behind with the things on the farm. I mean, I'm not a commercial fisherman. I only have a little rowboat. I fish for fun. I like to take 1 day off. I like to have everything done in 6 days on the farm. So 1 day I go fishing, and it's just my relaxation. And I've not been able to go for a while because my son is injured. I'm doing everything on the farm, and I'm behind. So I'm so super grateful. I'll be happy to take you out there. I'll come back every day until you need me.
Thank you, and we'll. That's most generous, and say, Bertram grants me these miracles, and I must do, in return, must aid the faith.
Well, many thanks to you and to your God for healing my son. You have saved my farm. And if your request of your God is to find this church, then find this church you must. So, in any way I can help you, I will. So, whatever time you want to go, whenever you want to go, we will, and I will take you there. Now, my boat, it's a 4-man boat, but it's got enough room. It's spacious. Like, we can fit 6 in there. We'll be all right.
Okay, thank you very much. And we'll we'll see. We can his gruff dwarven way. Darrow will show his gratitude.
So what's that, like a warrior handshake or a bow or?
Well, a handshake sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, you gratefully accept it. He'll accept everything with a smile. He's really happy for what you've done for him because like I say, he possibly saved his farm. He was getting really behind with everything because of his son being injured.
Yes.
2 seconds, I'm going to run to my fridge to get a drink. It takes me literally 10 seconds.
So, yeah, let's say I offer, I suggest maybe the lass here, she can play a good tune on that lute of hers, even if it isn't one of our dwarven chants.
Oh, well, that sure would be a treat. I don't think anyone's ever played a lute for me.
I'll definitely play the lute for them.
Okay, make a proficiency check for how well you do it. So just roll d20. Or you can press the button on the sheet actually, I think, next to proficiency it's got a button, I think.
Hold on, because then we roll 20. Oh no, it hasn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice. So you play beautifully. These people are already enamoured with you and your party. And he's very impressed with your playing. Smiling from ear to ear. You can hear his wife whistling in the kitchen as the food smells better and better. Sandra, I remembered her name. I forgot his already, but she was called Sandra.
It was Derek.
Derek, Sandra, Derek.
She was called Paula, was she not?
Paula, yeah, not Sandra, Paula. Well done, Tammy.
Sorry, I was just I was saying that I was glad they both liked my playing.
Oh yeah. They're absolutely loving it. Yeah, these people are really happy you've come to visit them. This guy's over the moon that you've helped his son, and he's over the moon to help you tomorrow.
I mean, you gotta figure it's rare for the average villager to encounter a cleric, you know, magical healing, a bard, all in the same day.
Yeah, the guys like you don't come out to Dougwell. There's nothing here. Meshina gets its fair share of your kind of travellers, but these guys are just Dougwell farmers, probably never left Dougwell in their lives. Apart from to go to Meshina to drop off some farm stuff. That's probably it. May have been to Elmsmere before, may have not.
And then to have some elf sitting cross-legged on their floor with books reading, I mean, shit.
Yeah,
That's just
new
gotta
to
put them over the top.
Yeah, it's all new to them. This like fiery-haired young half-elf woman dancing around playing a lute in their living room. This like heavily armored dwarf like, I am on a holy quest from my god and you are helping me. Like don't forget, like the player's not here but the character still is. There's a big huge muscular super strength half-orc barbarian female standing behind you as well, and there's this shady looking like grey skinned elf with the just reading his book sitting cross-legged on the floor. Yeah, so this is like a carnival to these guys.
Yeah.
Of course they would offer you a glass of beer, ale. I guess they would have some ale in the house. No wine here, but yeah, you could get a drink if you want.
Yeah. I'm afraid from asking what Darrow thought of the beer at the other place.
Yeah, terrible. The wine was particularly terrible.
Uh,
So I think it was Cornaith and Kiara had wine. It was awful. Yeah, the
Very dusty.
The beer's probably the worst you've had so far. So, wherever you've got your notes on how you're rating the beers, put that one at the bottom.
yeah.
We'll need to write to the guy that makes the character sheets. Put an extra section in for your TripAdvisor on beers in different towns.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got some beer. It's not great, but the food's ready, I guess.
Dwarves haven't come over from Torsea to drink it.
So I guess the food's ready, right? So, she'll come through and she'll lay down this little, like, I guess a table, so it's got these little stumpy legs, like, imagine, like, you know, the block between the two bits of wood on a pallet, you know, so bits of wood that size, so imagine a pallet height table. She puts that down in the middle of this little seating area, brings some plates and everything, and then she just brings out this massive roast of this massive casserole stew, whatever it is, this big pot. And then, yeah, the plate, she plates it all up, and it's beautiful smelling. You see the steam coming off it, you can see the herbs and stuff in it. Like, for all these people they seem to live very, like, basic. Her cooking definitely isn't, by the look and the smell of it.
Well, so I suspect it won't be of the quality of a certain soup.
Okay, so yeah, if you taste it, it is really good, and then, yeah, I guess it's not as good as Torm's wife's soup, Darrow. So yeah, mark that down on your TripAdvisor.
No, I will.
But yeah, very good. A second best meal you've had.
Yes.
It's a 4. Yes. It's a 4 stars from Darrow.
To taste a nice home cooked meal.
Yes, she's got so it's like a stew, and then there's potatoes and bread, and the potatoes are nicely buttered with herbs, and the bread's home baked, and yeah, everything's beautiful. She keeps quite a kitchen, Mrs. Paula Sandra.
Well, I compliment her.
She smiles giddily. Oh, thank you so much, kind dwarf. Mr. Dwarf of God. Mr. Dwarf, God Dwarf. She's all flustered. She doesn't know that she forgot the word for cleric. She's calling you God Dwarf.
Eric Thram's dwarf.
Yeah. Barakthrum's lonely man.
Yeah.
Should we? We're eating still, aren't we?
Yeah, so she just served the food.
Serving food up.
Yeah, so you taste the food and it's amazing. It's the best thing you've eaten apart from Torm's soup. Torm's wife's soup.
Torm's wife's.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, the gratitude is all at this end. Thank you so much for what you've done for our son and for our farm.
Yeah, we
So it's up to you if you want to, like...
I think I suggest that maybe we should assume by the time she's finished cooking and that it will be dark.
Yeah, oh yeah. So by the time you're eating, it's dark. Like, she was cooking before, and I guess what she made was just about ready, but then she's had to, like, whip up extra potatoes, and so she's just, like, throwing more meat in the stew and blah, blah, blah. So it was almost ready, but then she took more time, and so it's later than she would normally have it ready, but yeah. So it's dark now.
Yes. So I'll make some comment a certain amount of time after the meal about too early start. Better not be up too late, that sort of thing.
Of course. And so the father, I forget his name, will turn to Leonard and say, "And you, son, you better get to bed. You'll be up super early in the morning. You've got a lot to catch up on, my boy." So yeah, if you want to call it a night, you can call it a night there. Tell this guy, why have I forgot this guy's name? Tell him what time you want to go, and then we just arrange it for that.
I'm so sorry, guys.
She'll serve you breakfast as well.
Was he not called Donald?
No.
Oh.
Derek. Yes.
Derek, I need to start with D.
So I pick what seems a reasonable I look at, having used one of them. Well, I need to pray in the morning, replenish, whatever, and I look at Nath, but ask him, will you need time to study your magic in the morning?
I think he already is. He's got a head start. He said he was sitting down in the books already.
I mean, to be fair, he hasn't used 2 of his 3 spells that he usually memorizes. All he needs is about, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, he only needs to do 1. Unless you want to change them, I guess, eh? And then when we just started, Paul, if I'm not mistaken, you rolled for how many pages your new spell would take up in your spell book. We should get Tammy. Let's do that for you now. So, which spells did you learn last week?
Oh, I am. Hold on.
Because we need to determine how many pages are used in your spell book. Because this is semantics that I like to do. Because each spell takes a certain number of pages. Each book has a certain number of pages. It's going to be a bastard when you run out of pages, and it'll be fun.
Remember, you decided that the bard wouldn't take anything more than 1 page because they weren't a true
mage.
Yeah,
It's not proper magical notations with the magical words and everything. Yeah, it's just her scribbles in a page. So yeah. So she doesn't need to roll it. That's right. We said for a bard, we're not doing that. But what we're doing for a proper mage is each spell book, and they're expensive. It's like 1,000 gold for a 50-page one or 100 pages, and each spell that you learn takes a certain number of pages, and there's a dice roll for it. What was it, Paul? Could you remember the formula?
It was a d6 minus 1 plus the spell level.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've rolled fairly decent. I've only used up 19 out of 50 pages.
You used 19 out of 50 pages. See, I'd rather count that than how much money weighs. Do you know what I mean?
I stand corrected. I did not roll for armor yet, so here's that
so
roll.
Let's roll that then. Cool. That's cool. We'll get to see that. Oh, just as he was saying he's been rolling well, he gets a bad one.
Believe it or not, that is the spell that takes up the most pages in my book. So half my book is used for 6 spells.
And half of it for 1. Okay, nice.
Yeah, that brings me up to 25.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's 25, so that's
50
half.
pages.
Yeah, so half your book is used now. On level 1 and 2.
Yeah, for 6 spells.
And you're only on level 1 and 2. Isn't that more fun than how much money weighs?
It is.
Totally,
Not gonna lie.
Totally. How much money weighs fucking pisses me off. It really annoys me. Such a boring thing, and so many games get bogged down by it. So many games that I've played in. Fucking so many. Everybody's worried about it. Fuck how much money weighs. Trade it for gems. Easy peasy. I have 500 gold in gems. And it's whatever you want. You can see, right, I've got this one that's worth 50, I've got this one that's worth 100, and then I've got these ones that are worth 10 each. There you go. You don't have to worry about how much money weighs.
On the upside, until he takes 9 points of damage, Cornaith is officially an armor class of 3.
That's right, because of the armor spell. Now, wasn't it worth you casting that on someone else? I think, because Garona and Darrow have armor class 3 from their armors and dexterities. They already have 3, but I think you can get Kiara down to 3 with that spell as well, can't you?
Does Kiara want an armor spell cast on her?
Who wouldn't, is my first question. And also, what about, what's his face? Samir? What's his armor class?
He's already better.
Nice, what's he got?
He only has an armor class of 6, but that's between studded leather and a shield.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, I mean, it's the same armor class as the spell would give him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Technically, the spell would drop him 1 more point.
But is it worth burning a spell for 1 point on your NPC?
Not really.
Not a whole spell slot, not when you have like less than a handful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not really.
It's not,
But
is it?
if Kiara would like an armor spell cast on her, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
What's Kiara's armor class, and what would the armor spell do to her? So what's her armor
So
class,
what is my armor
Tammy?
class?
If you drag
What
your,
is my...
even if you drag your token across, actually, I think the tokens are like
So what the armor
7.
spell would do is it would give her the equivalent of splint mail. It would give her an AC of 6, and then whatever her dexterity bonus is plus a shield, it would drop it down that much more.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. 7. I think my armor class is 7.
Yes.
So she would drop down to a 3, just like Cornaith is.
Yeah, if you don't mind, that would be good.
Right, let me just fix this token because I never fixed it before. There's 2 things I need to do and I only did 1, so give me a second.
Yeah,
guys.
if I remember right, you didn't set up Samir's either.
That's what I'm doing, Samir's.
So then,
Uh,
Tammy, on your sheet,
Uh-huh.
if you scroll down a little bit underneath your name and whatnot, you'll see Thaco hit points and a
Mhm.
box that's headed armor type. Put in their armor spell AC 6 and 9 hit points. Once you take 9 hit points of damage, the spell is broken.
Okay. Armor spell AC 6. Sorry.
And then in the boxes up above, your AC would go down to 3, 6, and 3.
That should be Samir's token fixed now. Like, fixed as in when I pull one over, it's linked up. Yeah, okay, nice. So all tokens are fixed. Do you know what's
So
funny?
9 points
The
until...
way I've laid them out, it kind of looks like Baldur's Gate. Like, you know the standard formations in Baldur's Gate? It's like that.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But yes, Tammy, it
So,
lasts. It lasts until you take 9 hit points of damage total.
So you've got better armor class. It's harder to hit you, and then when you do get a hit with that better armor class, you don't lose hit points. You lose hit points off that spell's shield. That spell is
No.
a shield.
No,
Oh.
you still lose points.
All right, so you
But
right. Got
yeah.
you. So you have a better armor class. You're harder to hit until you've taken so many hit points.
Okay.
That's nice. I like that spell.
Thank you.
And it's one of those ones, that like literally lasts forever. If you don't ever get hit, it'll never go away.
Yeah, it's not like you have to recast it every day or every 6 hours or anything. It's there.
it's invisibility
Sweet,
and
thank you.
another 2 that are like that.
Forever spells unless you break it.
Uh,
So
So
having
we're heading to bed. Sorry.
Heading to bed, yeah.
In gameplay, yeah.
Paul?
Okay.
I was just gonna say, can we also say that was done retroactively before we left Meshina?
What was that?
The casting of Kiara's armor spell also.
It's not a casting of a spell. Yeah, because nothing's happened between then and here, so yeah, it's fine. Doesn't affect anything.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
he'd need 20 minutes then instead the next morning.
You know me, Paul. You know my DMing style already, man. If you can
Hey.
hand wave it, we hand wave it.
Hey, I don't
Yeah,
want to
so-
assume anything. That's why I asked.
Nah.
Right.
If it makes sense to hand wave it, we hand wave it. If it doesn't change anything. If something had happened between here and there, then no. But nothing's happened between here and there. Yeah, of course. Semantics. Some might say
Right.
my DM style is lazy. I say it flows well. We flow. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
just spent ages in one of the other games, people, working out all the exactitudes of kit.
I don't, man. You can bog yourself down it, man. I want to role play and fight monsters. I don't want to talk about how long my rope is and how much it cost and if it was 7 copper, if it was 6 copper, man. Who cares, eh? Like if you care and if you really are into that part of it, then we're gonna play that. But at the moment, I'm not that bothered about those semantics, and none of you guys are either, so we don't do it.
That would be so difficult, I think, for me to be able to keep track or like not feel overwhelmed. I was like just.
It's
Not that I don't see why people do that, but I'm quite grateful.
It's the thing about second
easier.
edition, Tammy. It's the thing that's unique about our edition is it's really detailed in that way, and you can be as pedantic as you want.
And other times it's just annoying as all fucking hell.
Yep. Like, what is it? An Electrum's worth fucking half a gold, and fuck that. Electrum could get the fuck out of my game. It just confuses people and slows it down. Like I said, a platinum's worth 10 gold, a gold's worth 10 silver, a silver's worth 10 copper. 10, 10, 10, 10. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Easy. Done.
Yeah. I've got gems anyway.
Yeah, like the exchange rate, simplified that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So go to sleep. Everyone's done their researching of spells and the spells that we want to have cast or cast. So Kiara and Paul have armor cast on them now.
That's
She's very cool.
Sorry, Kiara and Cornaith. Cool. So yeah, you go to sleep. You have a great night's sleep on your bedrolls on the floor. He's already got, like there's a big rug and he's got blankets down. Like I said, they don't have like proper chairs, but they have like, they sit on blankets and stuff in this living room. So you have a plenty comfortable sleep. If anybody was down hit points, I guess, even though it's not a bed, I would let them heal 1 from the natural rest because it's as good as almost a bed. But I think you're all on full hit points, so nothing more exciting than a good night's sleep. Actually, here we go, right? Because I like to make up rules on the fly. Everybody roll a d20. Right?
This is kind of scary.
Everybody roll a d20.
This is to. I bet I get like the lumpy part of the floor or something.
No. This is more cool than that. Trust me. Right, so Cornaith, you rolled a 4. Cara rolled a 5. Dara rolled a 18. Right, so Cornaith roll for Samir. I guess I'll roll 1 for Garona.
the dog.
Yeah.
Tegan?
Right, yeah, roll 1 for Tegan.
Hold on, let me.
Yep. And you'll know why when I tell you what it is.
Got 3 high and 3 low,
Okay.
so half the party
So,
get good.
so anybody that rolled a 6 or lower had a nightmare. Anybody that rolled a 14 or higher had a really nice dream. So if you rolled whoever, so Corona with a 19 had a really nice, awesome dream. Who was
I
it?
had a nightmare.
Yeah, who rolled the 4 and the 5 and the 6? You all had bad dreams.
Yeah.
No, the 6 was his earlier roll. So
I got a 5.
no, so yeah, it was Cornaith rolled the 4 and Kiara rolled the 4. So although you had a really nice sleep, you two had bad dreams.
I actually did have a nightmare last night.
So if you rolled a 1 there, it was going to be like an apocalyptic nightmare. If you'd rolled a 20, you'd wake up in a wet bit, kind of thing. That's what that roll was. Because you know me, I like my creative, stupid rolls on the fly. So that's what that was.
So, yeah. So Darrow is dreaming of finding faith.
I had a player one time, and he was watching us before because he was commenting on Twitch. I don't know if he still is, but he knows who he is if he's watching, right? And his character was lucky enough to have sex with an NPC. So after that, I'm like, right, roll D100. He's like, what's that for? I was like, I'm no telling you. So he rolled it, and that's his STD check. But I don't tell him. Because he's not really a doctor. But I get a number and I'll write it down. And I know what that means.
Yeah, it's what I would have guessed.
Oh yeah, he guessed what it was. But that was a really funny moment when I pulled that on him. Yeah, okay, roll 1d100. So Samir rolled an 18 actually. So Samir, he had a really awesome dream. He's feeling amazing. He's dreamed all his life about going out to be an adventurer. That's what you saw him doing, was looking in the adventure supply shop, like looking in the window total. Him and his friends hanging out outside there. So he's on his first day with an official adventuring party, and he's had an amazing dream. He's dreaming of slaying dragons and fucking princesses after he rescues them for castles. He's had a great one, and it was Gerona rolled a 19, so she's dreaming about slaying dragons and fucking handsome princesses when she rescues them, or whatever, I guess. Those two have had amazing hero dreams. 2 of you have had nightmares. Oh no, Darrow, you had the amazing dream as well, actually. Yeah. You had, right, Darrow, because you're a religious man, you had a dream and Baruchthrum came to you and guided you, and you found the Church of Baruchthrum in your dream.
It's a good omen.
Yeah, it's a good omen.
Try and remember bits of it.
Because you rolled an 18, so there you go. You got a religious kind of good omen dream with your 18. Yeah. Cool, there you go. Everybody, there's your dreams. I'll let you decide the 4 and the 5. I'll let you decide how bad they are. Like, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a 1. But I'll let you decide what the dream's about. But that's how bad it is. It's a little bit bad. Anyway, it's the next morning. No one dies in their sleep. Everyone's awake. Paula Sandra. I forget. She's now both. She's now Paula Sandra or Sandra Paula. She goes by both. Depends. Like, she's Paula Sandra at the weekends and Sandra Paula through the week. Okay, so she will make you breakfast, a hearty breakfast of porridge with homemade jam and honey. Someone around here must have bees. So yeah, hearty, nice breakfast, and as you wake up in the morning you smell it cooking, and our cooking of porridge smells just as great as it did when she made a stew. Like, it's a beautiful smell to wake up to.
This is definitely the best breakfast I've had on the island.
Oh yep, don't forget your TripAdvisor notes, Peter. It's a really good breakfast you get. So whatever time you want to go, whatever time of the day, so from morning waking up and getting breakfast, you can go out anytime. He's working on his farm, but he will walk down with you. Like, it's half an hour down the road to the coast, and he's got one of these little, a boat shed, whatever the fuck a boat shed is. I'm just going to call it a boat shed.
It's actually called a boat shed.
Is it?
That's its name. No. Yeah, it's called a boat shed.
No, it's no.
Yes?
That's like calling a garage a car house. It's not called a car house, it's a garage. There must be a name for a boat shed.
I've always, if it's not called a boat shed, then I've called it that my whole life. I might be wrong.
Peter, what's a boat shed called?
We could have just told people it was a Scottish thing, a boat shed.
Aye, it is called the boat sheds. Haggis are real, so's Nessie, and that's called a boat shed.
Hey, it's your fantasy world. It can be called whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Homebrew fantasy setting, I forget. So it is called a boat shed. So there isn't a proper word for that, because Ryan doesn't know it, so it's called a boat shed. So he takes you to his boat shed.
What's a boat shed?
Which is like, you know, like a little wooden pier going out into the thing, and then it's got a boat shed built above it. So you can put your boats in it. Boat shed.
It's called sheds.
So he's got a small boat shed with one...
I mean, like a jet... Oh... That's a bit bugged me now, sorry.
Someone in Twitch has told me. Someone in Twitch has let us know. Thank you very much. O'Halion, a boat slip is the technical term. Thank you very much. There we go. So a boat shed is actually called a boat slip, everyone. But this being my homebrew fantasy setting, it's called a boat shed from now on. So Derek takes you to his boat shed where he's got a boat.
Yeah, has an article called Boat Shed.
Oh, really?
Boat sheds are generally lockable wooden sheds, often brightly coloured, that were originally built to securely store small private boats and bathing materials directly on
There
beaches.
you go. It's called a boat shed, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan actually knew what it was called, but it's technically it's a boat slip, but I guess the common term is boat shed. So I'm not stupid this time. It's called a boat shed. So anyway, he takes you to his boat shed. He's got this small fishing boat. It looks like it is going to be a squeeze for the 6 of you. It's like it's laid out for 4. It's 2 planks along the middle. Even a modern just little rowing fishing boat. It's no different from that. It's a little that shaped one of them, and then it's got like 1 plank across it at 1/3 across and 1 plank across at 2/3 across, and these are the seats. A couple of oars.
As long as the water's calm.
Until we hit those cliffs at the other side. Not looking forward to that.
Okay, so you want to set off?
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
So, halfway through the journey, I just want everybody to make a dexterity check for a big wave. 1 big wave, I want everybody to make a dexterity check.
Which is...
But
sorry,
plus 2.
somebody-
So roll a 20. You've made it. Plus 2, so you've made it.
I didn't play.
Corona. Don't need to add the plus 2, we can just work it out.
Fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
Right, Paul falls over with a big wave. And as he falls out the boat, we'll say Darrow is sitting next to him. If Darrow can make a dexterity check, he can catch him.
Mind you, that's Cornaith and Samir both.
Did they both fail?
Yeah,
So Darrow's caught Cornaith.
I mean,
Darrow caught
wait.
Cornaith, so Garona's going to try and catch Samir. So I guess she's going to make a dex check.
even if I tried to say the 18
caught him. She caught him.
it was still, he's a 17 dex, and of course Samir is shitty with a 10.
There you go. So, you got lucky. So both of you almost fell out of the boat, but your friends are a bit better with the old dex checks, and they both caught you, and you didn't fall in the water on the big wave. And that's the only like kind of encounter I wanted you to do on the. That's how short the trip is. That's it. You get to the other side. In fact, you can see this island the whole way across. You can see it from the town of Dougwell. You can see this island. It's so close, and you can see how small it is. When you get a bit closer, you can see like how big a tree is compared to the whole landscape. This is a pretty small island. Now, if you're looking at the map, if you sail straight from Dougwell, I guess you'll got a draw. So, I guess you're like, oh no, that's a square. I don't want a square. So I guess you would be coming that way. But this bit would be like all cliffs. So you're going to come down here before you get to a beach. Before you get to somewhere where you can land a little fishing boat.
Right.
So it'll take you straight across. So because this little fishing boat's for coastal water, so you'll go straight to get you to keep you in like shallow coastal water safe as long as possible, and then go down the coast of this island. So I guess like an hour to 2 hours at the very most, because it's quite choppy the water, because you almost came out with a big wave before, so it's quite choppy. So I'd say 2 hours travel, you come to a beach. I could even change the map. I think I made a beach map.
Maximum number of days.
Okay.
A week or whatever, or something.
Okay, so after a week, I no longer come back.
Does a week seem reasonable to everyone else?
Yeah, I think a week. I don't think I'd want to stay much longer than a week, and we've got supplies for a week, so
Okay.
it's long enough as well that if
Yeah, you all have like
we're
rations for a
hurt
week.
or
anyway,
you
don't
can't,
you?
yeah, they'll be able to help us.
Okay.
If
So-
we're not back at this beach in a week, we're probably dead.
Okay, I will come back every day for the next 7 days until I take you back to Panthea.
Because even if we decided we need longer, we can still come down after 6 days and let him know.
Yes, that's it. He's going to be here every time at the same day. Every day at the same time. So even if you needed another week, on the 7th day, just come down and say, right, keep coming back.
Right.
He
Okay.
fixed his son's fucked up ankle. Pretty much saved his farm. It's harvesting season. It's summer, late summer. It's harvesting season, so there's that much work to be done on the farm. His son had the twisted ankle. It wasn't getting done. You've really saved his day, so he's happy to come out every day as long as you need him to. It's like an hour to 2 hours total out of his day for him. 3 maybe if the water's choppy. He's got his son back. It doesn't matter. He's getting an extra 12 hours labour every day.
We say goodbye to him.
Yep. Right. Sorry, Tammy. What did you say?
I was just going to say, I feel like he'd probably be quite happy to have to come out once a day, even if we weren't going to be coming back every day.
By the time he walks down from his farm to here, to the boat shed, and then brings you out in the boat to here, and then goes all the way back, you're probably talking 3 hours out of his day, but he's probably gaining 12 to 16 hours a day of labour because his son's better, so it doesn't matter.
He said that he had missed it.
Yeah. He'd missed fishing. He wasn't getting fishing on his Sunday. Because normally him and his son would get everything done
Have to catch
in
up
6
on the
days
farm.
on the farm, and they would get themselves a day off because they were hard-working men. But now he's fallen behind with working 7 days, so he's happy to be out here in his boat. He's not been in it.
Yeah, one of the days he can do fishing coming over.
He'll be fishing anyway. Yeah, he'll be in the boat anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll thank you once again for helping his son and for saving his farm, and he'll take himself off, go back to working on his farm. So it's mid-morning, sun's up, the sun's bright in the sky, it's a cloudless sky, it's a really nice day actually.
Yeah.
You find yourselves on the southeastern corner-ish of this island, on a little beachy bit. Forest behind you. You see from the map, forest.
Yeah. At the moment, we've got the beach map.
Yeah, you're on the beach, but you see at the bottom of the beach there, it goes into forest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what's there?
that's a cave.
That's a cave.
Oh yeah, gotta have caves. Gotta have caves.
With what's on the pitch, on the beach.
Yeah, so that's like a wrecked boat. Maybe
What's that?
twice the size of the one you were in.
Yes. What's that thing?
Just like a bit of wreckage. Nothing significant. Say like a broken barrel or something. Broken chest, broken barrel. It's just supposed to signify more wooden wreckage from the boat.
Oh, okay. Yes. It's obviously waterlogged. It's not going to be firewood or anything.
Correct.
So, let us head. You say that's a cave entrance there, or?
So down here on the bottom right of the map, there's a cave entrance, yeah.
If Darrow's not in a mad
I
rush to go.
found the map. I found where the characters are. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong half of the map.
Cool, we're over here.
Yes, so let's advance towards it. Hello, obvious.
That seemed a very obvious decision.
Samir seems to be the only one will have trouble seeing in the dark.
Samir is equipped with torches.
I have torches also with me. Hold on. So are we just going straight in the cave?
We'll have a look, yes.
I kind of want to have a look around that the wreckage, just see if there was anything worth picking up.
Okay, we asked about the wreckage earlier, so you want to double check, do so.
Yep, nothing worth picking up, just broken bits of
Oh,
boat.
okay,
Broken
sorry.
bits of boat.
I was... Alright.
You're right.
Because I've convinced myself that Obviously, another Church of Havoc thram it be dwarfed. Looking in the cave seems a good start.
Okay.
Sure.
Break is over. So you go into a cave. You see a cave, right? I need to just quickly measure how far that is. Where's the arrow thing? Right, okay, no snapping, so let me reveal more.
So, oh god, this is horrible, but this is the personality that I've chosen for him, and I absolutely have to roleplay it.
It's not like caves.
No, so Samir looks at Darrow, looks at everybody else, and you know he may be a farmer, but you know the city that he's from, you know, it has multiple races, so he's heard stories of dwarves and dwarven warriors, and Darrow is definitely a dwarven warrior. You know, he's got the armor, he's got the axe.
Oh, for sure.
He looks at him, and he has his shield and sword in hand, and he starts to beat on his shield, and he starts to shout at the top of his lungs, Darrow the dwarven warrior and Samir approach, evil beware, we shall slay you if you do not flee from our might.
Answered him.
I love it.
And if that oversexed half-orc gets to here...
Yeah. Yeah, so Garona, the oversexed half-orc in the background, is just, she gets horny for violence. She's like, when as soon as she hears this, she's like, yes, yes. She's got the big battle axe in each hand. She's ready to go as well. So yeah, as soon as someone starts making war cries, the barbarian gets well involved. So she's loving life now. She's really riled up. Well done, Samir.
I mean, out of character, you know, I decided he's a 19-year-old fresh adventurer. What
Enthusiastic as hell, yeah.
better personality than the brash youth?
Yeah, he was nervous at first, but this is his dream that he's always wanted, so he's grasping it by the balls.
He has 0 sense.
I
but,
love it.
You know,
I love it.
no wise.
He doesn't know that he only has 4 hit points.
He's passionate though.
Yeah.
When that first goblin battle axe hits him and he goes down unconscious, maybe he'll up a little.
Paul just wants to see if NPCs get a half share of roleplay bonus XP. That's what he's trying to do.
Well,
25 to Samir.
I mean, that wasn't a consideration in the least, you know. That's just how I decided he should be, because, you know, he's a fresh adventurer. He don't know no better.
I might give him a wee extra 25 or something just for it, like.
we have Corona in the front rank with me.
Oh yeah, she's well ready to go. I guess Samir, he's going to do the same, is he? He doesn't know that he's got 4 hit points and she has 33.
He's gonna be on one side of Darrow, Garona's on the other.
I love it. Now, did I bring the dog in? I didn't. Oh, he's there, yep. So is Tegan, is he just at the side of Kiara?
Yeah, I'd hand back with Cornaith. But Tegan would probably be like between the 2 sets of us.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, like, kind of like that. In the middle.
Hold on, because you're probably, but your head's in front of
Oh,
it.
yeah, you're watching on Twitch.
On
right,
stream.
Okay. Am I moving the right way? There you go. He's in the middle. See him?
Yeah.
There.
Left, look
Oh,
right.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. Thank you.
How high are these caves?
10 to 15 feet. You're never like struggling for height in any part of this. Nothing man-made, it's all natural caves again.
Look both sides as we come out of that section. Is there overhang over here, or?
No. Just that's just shadowy. It's all just Just like cave, basically.
So again, obviously, Dara expects people to be advancing in parallel with him. We're moving this sort of way. Okay.
Okay. So move the rest of the party in parallel with him. And then reveal some map. Okay. 2 seconds to reveal a bit map. Something like that.
Right. The next place to advance is to this gap here. Looking around, picking up, picking.
Samir kind of breaks formation, runs off, and, raises his shield, waiting for something to jump out at him.
Be careful, lads. Don't get too far.
Oh, there, okay.
Just want to make sure nothing sneaks up behind us.
I'll check that way.
I didn't get weapons out, did I? Was I supposed to?
It's up to you.
Out of character.
Totally
but
up to
just, like,
you.
You assume it's always at your hip ready to pull out.
Yeah. I'm getting scared now because we're in sick caves.
Yeah, Darrow has his
His great axe.
Yeah. Great axe.
I mean, Samir's a wannabe warrior, shield and sword in hand.
So in front of you now see some giant spider webs.
Oof.
From wall to ceiling, from ceiling to floor, from floor to wall, covered in old ones, new ones. So like dry dusty ones, like sticky fresh ones. Giant big massive spider webs all over the place now.
Careful, lad, I say.
Samir?
Submit. Glitter torch.
I was going to say, do we have lit torches on us?
Samir definitely would want to have one. He's a human. He can't see in the dark.
At all. And
Right.
Kiara, as a half elf, you have limited improvision. Your improvision isn't good. You only get a little bit, like 30 feet or something, I think.
I just didn't know if we had, because I do have torches.
Yeah.
So just assume that I have them on me then.
We've used them before. Yeah, you have some on you.
Okay. Okay.
You'll have
My
one.
initial thought, guys, is to set it on fire.
That's the usual method.
Okay.
And check the
Okay, really?
ceiling. Say these things probably can walk on the ceiling, so we.
Who's lighting a torch?
Samir has one lit, and hearing Kiara's suggestion to burn the webs, he will eagerly run forward and touch the torch to the web.
Wait a minute. If you came in here with a lit torch, at this point, by the time you get this far in, I want you to now, not to roll for surprise because you saw the webs first, but to roll for initiative. So you may get your chance to burn them yet, but I want you to roll for initiative first.
That's everyone rolling for initiative, presumably.
Everyone, yeah, and I've just fucking drawn a line. I don't know what I've just done there.
Hold on.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, I probably should have told you that. I mean, going into a cave, a human, he's definitely lighting a torch.
Okay, so if your torches are lit, roll for initiative.
A D20.
No. It's on your character sheet next to whatever weapon
Oh,
you're
yeah,
using.
yeah, hold on.
And if you're not using a weapon, tell me what you're doing and I'll tell you what to roll.
my magical dagger. Although we just...
Two seconds.
God damn it. This is the downside of 2 characters.
I'll need to roll for Garona. My Garona. I always have that in my head whenever I say or hear her name. So I'm going to roll.
Don't forget to open the turn order tracker up.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Paul. So Garona, Garona, Garona.
Ah, oh, right, yeah.
Initiative. Tammy, remember roll for the dog.
Oh my god, this is... Hold on. I might need you to roll for me,
And
Ryan.
that's not going to be a problem.
I peaked with
I
technology
didn't-
last week.
I didn't mean to do that. That was supposed to be you. On 24. For a second attack for Corona. What did you roll, Tammy? Did you not roll anything? You need me to roll it.
I didn't.
Right,
I
so what's she
couldn't do
doing?
it. It was... Dagger. A magical dagger.
Okay. So... initiative. And the dog is going to attack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wrong one. There we go, we have a turn order now. I want to roll an initiative for these bad boys.
Plural.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There we go, folks. Is your turn order? So, you
We're
have
taking first.
You have a combat situation. There's some giant spiders coming round the corner. Yeah. Cornaith, I guess you can just kind of see. I guess it's there. The first one's there. So Cornaith, you can see one. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably see the far right one at the very most.
Yeah. I've moved that one to there so that say Cornaith can see it. Darrow, Samir, Garona. Yeah, you can probably all see that. Okay.
And he would definitely call out that he sees it, so everybody knows.
So is Tegan going to charge and attack them?
No.
Okay.
No, he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait this turn. Sorry, I know you
Okay,
just
so that's
just
all right.
rolled for him as well. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's alright. It still means at the end of the round, after everybody's gone, he can still do the same action. He can still attack at the end of the
Yeah.
round. If he doesn't want to attack now,
I think
he
he'd
can hold
probably
it.
wait.
Okay, so
Mhm.
he can hold his action. Darrow. What is Darrow doing this turn, Peter?
Now I'm looking at the map, trying to spot where the spider is.
I'm ping it.
Over there, it's further away than he can get to.
You can get to it, but you can't attack. In fact, no, you can't get to it. You could... Yeah, you can charge.
They'll get caught in the web.
But, well...
So in that case, I can't move and then hold the attack, can I?
No.
So
You can hold your whole action till the end.
Get behind us, Cornaith. I can do that sort of free.
Yeah, I don't think Cornace should be.
Yeah. It's a free action to, like,
That
shout
close.
some instructions at your at the guys.
I'm doing the free action of get behind us and brandishing my
You do notice that Cornaith is moving his hands and he's speaking those weird magic words.
I like it when he does this.
let's see if they can be slept.
Okay, so it's Samir's turn anyway. So Samir, your first action in the game. What are you going to do, Mr. NPC hireling?
Well, I have to stay true to the character that I've decided he's going to play.
Here it goes.
Lit torch in hand, he sees spiders climbing on a web. He's going to do the smartest thing that he heard the other adventurers say. He's going to run up to those webs and touch the torch to them.
Roll an intelligence check for Samir. Did he make it?
That barely makes it.
Barely. Right, okay. He manages to light. He puts the flaming torch into a bit that's mostly like fresh, wet, sticky bit, and it's not really lighting. But there must be a little dry bit behind because eventually it starts to burn, but it's catching slowly. So basically, by only just making his intelligence check, he's picked a bad spot and it's slowly catching fire. Cornaith, Mr. Movie Hands, what are you doing? You doing a movie hand spell? I need to move this. That's behind me on screen. Sorry, folks.
That's a silly question of what Cornaith is doing.
He's casting movie hands. do 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 do.
And centering it on one. At the most, it would get these three. If it even affects more than one or two of them.
Recasting sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
They have to be within 30 feet of each other.
Yep.
He's centering it on the one he can see, so
These are 2
within
plus
30 feet.
They're 2 plus 2 hit dice creatures. So you'll get one of them.
One is better than none.
Yep. So this one first.
Yep,
So
the one that he could see.
Cornaith moves his hands around, utters some words, some little magical incantations, some glows happen around his fingers, some sparks fly, and he casts a spell that we're all now familiar with. It strikes this spider. The spider instantly drops limp to the floor, unconscious. So let's draw a little thing on him. Let's draw a dick on his face. I mean, let's put a thing on his face. Right, hold on.
I mean,
move him over here first.
he sees the one, you know. He don't know that there were other ones there.
How many rounds does it last for?
5 rounds.
Okay, so I'll put V5 on that.
It should be more than that.
It will get nicely burnt by the time that it gets a chance to wake.
Well, you hope so. Okay. Nice, so you now have one unconscious giant spider.
Okay, so it should be 7 rounds. I don't even know why it comes up as 5 rounds, because it's 5 rounds plus... Oh, whoa.
Okay, I'll change that to 7. Is the macro
5?
fucked, is it?
I think so, because it's 5 rounds per level. He's level 2. It should be 10 rounds that
So
this thing's
10.
asleep.
Okay, I'll change that, bud. So what I'm going to do is type 0, because you can only do single digits. So 0 means 10. So after that 0, it'll be 9, okay?
Yeah.
Let me zoom in a little bit.
I don't know why the macro's messed up. His level's correct. You know, it's under the level box. It's 2. I don't know.
Don't worry about it too much. So, it's the turn of the spiders. Now, I'm going to move them from left to right. Let me just have a quick look at the character sheet again. For their movement. Oh, serious movement. So,
Yeah, they move far.
yeah, like 18 movement rate, mate.
Like Samir's about to get mobbed and killed.
Yeah, so boom. So that one goes straight for Samir. and he's going to attack him. So this spider creeps across, and he's going to try to bite Samir. Does that hit him? Yes.
Yeah,
So,
he's at C7 right now because he doesn't have a shield.
yes, it does. So, make a saving throw. Well, let me roll damage first. This is the damage from the bite. Regular damage from the teeth. 4 damage.
Oops.
Now, Samir has 4 hit points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's enough to knock him out. He also
And he
failed
his
his
save. Okay. Next spider. We'll scuttle round. And the next person it sees, after Samir, who's now unconscious. What's his constitution?
10, I believe.
It's okay, so he goes down to -10 before he dies. Because he's on 0. He's not dead. Oh, I need to check on this poison as well. Sorry, 2 seconds. Just double check this. What the onset time is. Ah, right, okay.
I got poisonous.
Did I say that out loud? Never mind. Well, you can guess it, because he rolled save versus poison. Anyway, this second spider wants to run and attack Cornaith. This big, huge spider. This thing's like 5 feet. Like, huge spider, 5, 6 feet big. And it's going to try and bite at Cornaith. I hope it doesn't get him. Missed.
If he did not have the...
If you didn't have that armor spell. There you go, man. Nice use of a spell. Again, that saved your skin, that one. Third spider. Sees Darrow. Tries to bite him and misses. Gets a bite of his armor. Breaks a tooth. And then the last spider that's conscious. He runs over here to where Samir's lit fire and now dropped the torch. And he's kind of scuttling around it, looking at it. He's not actively doing anything. You can tell that this spider doesn't have the intelligence to be able to do anything about this, but he's just like, he's distracted by looking at this fire that's slowly spreading. So, what I need to do now, if you bear with me a second, guys, I just want to quickly add something in Roll20.
On the upside, at least he got to light the web on fire before he went down.
You can slowly smoulder in there now. I like they did that though.
Okay. That's all the spiders. So, we find ourselves at Kiara's turn.
Okay. Am I close enough to be able to move and attack, yeah? Hold on, wait.
To these two, yeah. To that one and that one, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you are.
Who's it at? The other one. Is that Darrow up the top? I'm so sorry.
Yep.
My
Yep.
eyesight.
That's Darrow. So Darrow and Cornaith are fighting with spiders, or are being attacked by spiders.
I'll attack the one that's beside Darrow, please. One that's in front of me.
Okay.
Or try to attack.
No problem. And I'm rolling it for you.
Please, if you don't mind.
No problem. So. I believe that'll be a hit. What's the armor class?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, so you're gonna roll damage now. I'm gonna roll it for you. Let me check something. The actual size of this, if it's medium or large, it is.
Yum.
A medium, 6 foot. So that's good for you because it's better damage on a dagger for medium than it is for large.
Huh?
4 damage.
It's bad news for Darrow when he gets his blow.
Well done, Kiara.
Yes.
Now Garona, the big dual axe wielding half orc barbarian fighter, seeing that Kiara and Darrow have that one 2-on-1, will move next to the squishy mage and try to back him up. So I'm going to roll an attack for her. And she hits it. And so she's going to roll some damage. 7. And she dual wields, so she has another attack this round. So she's going to go for it again. Oh, and it's a critical miss. So she now needs to roll a 1d10 and not get a 1. This is my critical hit system, right? Okay, so she misses her next attack. So she's actually losing 3 because she dual wields and she's specialised. She would get 3 attacks next round, 2 with one hand and 1 with the other. She's going to lose all 3 of those for getting a critical miss.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you lose all your attacks in the next round with a critical miss. So she's out for the next round.
Dogs.
Taking up.
Catch
Now,
up.
Darrow and no, Darrow, you didn't. Did you hold? You held your attack, didn't you?
Held and taken.
But Tegan held
So
first.
did Tegan.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's now Tegan's turn.
He's going to go in and attack the one that is at Garona and
Okay.
Cornaith.
Okay. Woof 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 woof. Let's get his sheet up. Oh, he hits it.
Yes.
Here comes that monster bite damage.
Oh, his bite damage is healthy, isn't it? I forgot about that.
Yeah, he is good. Like,
Boom!
yes.
Some damage.
War dogs are no joke with their bite.
The damage, yeah, it's got a 19th echo and it never goes up. So, like, it's not the best at actually biting, but the damage when it gets one. Boom, right, that's a dead spider, dead giant spider there. Well done, Tegan.
Good lad.
Now, Darrow, who also held his turn,
Yes, he gets his
is gonna
attack.
Nice,
Which is,
because it came to you.
yeah, which meant I did right in
It was good, like.
the hit first.
Now, I'm doing this in real time.
AC 6. I've rolled it might hit, it might not sort of number.
Ooh,
Mm.
you have rolled exactly its armor class, so that is a hit, yeah. You need to hit 6 or better, so you hit it.
You said it's man size.
Yes. Now, you've been known to roll some decent.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Holy
there it
shit.
is.
Ooh.
All right,
Um,
okay.
11 on 12.
So yeah, in very dwarven fucking two-handed axe typical style, you've done it again. You splattered that one all over the wall, Darrow.
Right.
Just like Tegan managed to as well, actually. You've also completely destroyed that giant spider. Now, we move on to another round. So, is anybody changing what they're doing? Cornaith, you might.
Yes.
You cast a spell. What are you doing this round?
he is doing that.
He's casting another spell. Oh, using
Oh,
his
no.
knife.
He's
Oh, you rolled
definitely...
that. Oh, to GM, right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, you're doing that. Okay, and you've rolled it. Kiara, are you using your dagger again?
Yeah.
Tegan's going to attack biting again.
Mhm.
Okay. Darrow using axes.
Yes.
So add a second attack for you. I'll add a turn. There you go. So add your weapon speed to your first number, and that's your second attack.
Yeah.
And then I'll reorder them. Your weapon speed's 5, I think, eh?
Yes.
Nice. So 12. Okay, so at the top of the new round, it'll start with Tegan the dog. So what's he gonna do then? Where's he gonna go? Because this one's dead.
Mhm.
You've got
What's
these two. That one, and this one is asleep due to Paul's spell. Cornet's spell, forgive me.
Okay. I've attacked the closest one. The one that's that one.
Okay. Ruff. Oh, and he hits it. Here comes that damage. Oi!
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so glad we brought the dog.
Oh fuck yeah. Mincing through them. Oofed. Darrow. First of 2 attacks this round.
I can't really see that one with the fire in the way, presumably.
The fire's just kind of getting going. It's not big yet. You can see it over the fire. It looks kind of even scarier now with the fire flickering and its 100 eyes. Looks quite menacing.
Get at it. I think I can't get at it without being in the web or the fire.
You've got lots of room here. But yeah, sorry, without getting into the web, then yeah. You might be in the web, like.
In that case, I believe it's also 5, so I can do it on the same initiative. I can move and cure the lad.
Oh, nice. You cast and cure light wounds.
Yes.
Yep. So there you go. For changing what you're doing mid, if you change your mind like that, like Peter just did for Darrow, so if anybody's paying attention to my home rules, if you want to change your action and it's a quicker action, like initiative speed is faster, then I don't mind. But if you wanted to say, right, no, instead of attacking with my dagger, I'm going to attack with my great axe, you can't do that because that would be a much higher initiative. But what Peter's doing there is okay.
Yes. So, D8. What the point? He's presumably seems alive.
Yes, he is alive. And he was on 0. No, he was on -1, wasn't? No, he wasn't, because he didn't get to his turn yet.
Well, now, see, I have to kind of sort of metagame here a bit.
Go on then.
2+2 hit dice is a huge spider, right?
Yep.
Type A poison, he failed his save, he's dead.
Oh yeah. If you're metagaming, then
So, I mean,
in 15
he
minutes, right, if you want to metagame for a second out of character, he is type A poison. In 15 minutes, the onset of his poison will cause him 15 hit points of damage. But
He's only got 4.
Paul,
no.
Peter isn't metagaming. Darrow doesn't know that, so he's doing the right thing.
No, the reason I was metagaming is because he wouldn't seem alive. He's dead.
No, his poison, the onset of that poison isn't for another 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So he very much at this moment seems alive.
Yes, he does. I apologize.
No, the onset time of that poison is 15 minutes, mate.
I forgot about onset times.
So yeah, Darrow, you heal him.
I totally used to DMs ignoring onset times and
But-
a failed save, death, dead.
He hadn't yet gone down to -1. He was on 0
Okay.
because it's not come to his turn yet. So that's when he would go down to -1. So he's actually on 0. So that heal doesn't take him up to 0 like a negative heal does. That heal will actually take him back up to full hit points.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just so
No, that's
used to
alright.
DMs onset time, to be completely honest.
I'm glad I remembered a rule that other DMs ignore. Because I'm
I
bad for
am
not
too.
remembering all the rules. No, yeah, 15-minute onset time on that poison.
That's awesome that you remembered that and use it. I big thumbs up on that.
Thanks, bro. So, Darrow, you heal him back up to full hit points, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. So, Cornaith, it's your turn. You were casting another spell, weren't you?
No, he was gonna throw a knife,
you're
but
throwing a knife, right? Yeah.
No.
But that one's
yeah,
dead.
it's a little too far.
Can you move and throw? Can you remember you can do half movement and throw? So yeah, you could move it and throw. You could probably move up to Tegan-ish, or even past him.
Yeah, Tegan would be out of the webs at least. He don't
Yep.
want to get caught in webs.
Yeah, he's out of the web, like.
Holy shit, he hit.
That's a hit. Nice rolls tonight, everybody, in this combat. Let me see some damage.
A whole 2. He's,
whole 2?
Yeah.
A whole 2. Right, okay. What I need to do now at this point, because I've not been doing it at the end of turns, I've just been kind of real time. Yeah, adding a little bit.
I mean, that's not bad. D3 damage, 2.
Yep.
Not bad at all.
Take it, like. So, move up to Samir, who is conscious and is healthy this round, so what's he going to do, Paul?
I presume he has to, kind of get himself up off the ground, gather up his sword and shield, kind of shake his head a little bit, and wonder what happened there.
Yeah. So yeah, he wouldn't get an attack this round. But he can move or whatever else.
Honestly, that's what he's doing. He's getting up, gathering up stuff and preparing for
Now-
this spider that he can see. He's raising his shield, raising his sword, and waiting for it to come to him.
He'll probably have to move back just a little bit because the fire will be nipping at his heels by now. He probably has to shake. Actually, probably has to shake off his leg because it's probably catching fire to him by now because he's been lying with his foot in it for a minute. So he's probably he's probably stamping the fire on his leg out first.
Yeah, that'll be what he does this round.
So now it's the spiders to attack. Now there's only one left, conscious. So he's going to come round the fire. And he's going to climb up the wall here. Climb up the wall, turn around, and he's going to try to bite Cornaith. So he's like vertical on the wall. Where's Cornaith? Spider, sorry. Not a hit.
Bleeding whatever goo it is they bleed.
Yeah. He's bleeding a little bit, that's right. So he misses you anyway. Kiara. Are you moving to attack it with your dagger?
Of course.
Okay, so you skip round one giant dead spider, move past Garona, who's fumbling to try and pick up her axes. They kind of are caught together or whatever, or tangled around their ankles. You jump past another dead spider, you see another one there. There's your dog and Cornaith, and there's a spider up on the wall looking down at you. Venom dripping from its fangs, blood dripping from a wound. You're going to jump up and try and stab it.
Yes.
And you hit it.
Yeah.
So roll your damage. and you hit it for 3 damage.
Oh.
So you don't lose its grip on the wall, it's still up there. Oh. Snarling down at you with the, like I said, the venom dripping from its fangs. You see the reflection of the fire in its 100 eyes, making it even extra scary. Now Darrow, I believe this would be your second attack, but you don't have it because you cast a spell actually. So we move to Garona, who misses both of them. We move to another round.
Oh, this is what we get for our good rolls at the start.
This is it, so another round. Does anybody want to change their action?
Well, I'm back to using the axe.
Okay, so you'll be on 1 attack, so we can ignore the 12. Garona
Do
was
we
back
just
to
see
attacks.
do we just see the one that's on the wall that's injured still?
And there's that one that's unconscious.
Or the one that's under sleeping spell?
Yep. The rest are dead.
I'll stick with my dagger, I think.
Okay. So let me check the distance.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. Sorry, it's only there and you're there. I was thinking of this one. Sorry, you're right there. Yeah. Yeah, you're right next to it. So you're gonna go with the dagger again?
Yeah, I think while I'm close by, I'll choose dagger.
Okay.
Well,
What about Cornaith? What's he doing?
Oh, he's doing the same thing, except he's going to stab instead of throwing.
Okay. And Darrow's using his axe, he told me already, and Samir will be using his sword though.
Yes.
Alright. So we don't need to change anything. So Tegan goes first. Oh, uh-oh, I just shrunk his token.
Olive disappeared.
Now, the spider's up on the wall and this dog's not quite human size and he was at the height to attack an elf, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to give him -1 as an attack for his jump. Tegan's getting a -1 on this one. Not that it made a difference, he's missed by a mile.
Oh.
Darrow.
There's people in the way. I can't get at it, can I?
No, I would say no, you can't.
So in that case, I'm looking at this boy in front of me,
Yep.
and is there venom to clear off him, or?
I mean, the venom's well and truly into him. The bite went through him. I guess you could clean the wound and get any traces off it. Any traces that are like around the wound you could get.
So I can try that in the hope that it will reduce things.
Okay.
Slow poison doesn't spread out the time over which it does damage. Not that I would say it's a metagaming.
Metagaming. What exactly is slow poison? Because you can access that spell, right?
I think it delays the onset by an hour level, which obviously, given we can't get anywhere, does it?
But it doesn't spread it out enough. You need to spread it out in order to be able to heal him enough. If he loses 15 hit points, he's dead. One way or the other. As soon as that onsets, he dies. But you don't know.
No,
that.
we don't know
I
that.
don't know that. I mean, the slow point would have been because I think the first aid one, it did spread out the damage.
Yeah, this one, it's... Right, I'm going to quickly read that. Pre-spells... What is it, first or second? Slow poison? Second.
It's second level.
Page 207.
The spell is placed upon a poisoned individual. It greatly slows the effects of venom. If cast upon the victim before the poison takes full effect, so the 15 minutes, is known to the DM. While the spell does not neutralise the venom, it does prevent it from substantially harming the individual for the duration of its magic in the hope that during that spell period the poison can be fully cured. Right, so duration 1 hour per level, so you've got 2 hours. if you use that.
I would rule that I've not cast the spell before.
So you don't know. So you're going to cast
Well, know that it. I would cast it in the hope that maybe it spreads out the time over which the damage happens.
it. Yeah, you're going to cast it. That's good, man. That's role-playing your inexperienced priest. You've never used a spell before, so you're casting slow poison because it's your best bet. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Cool, absolutely. So you cast slow poison on him.
Yes.
So he now has 2 hours and 15 minutes on set time.
Yeah. Unless the DM decides to house rule. Right. Yeah.
Is that 2 hours IRL, or is that 2 hours in terms of
In
like
game time, yeah.
in game time? Yeah.
So in the last hour of game time, or in the last 45 minutes, whatever we've been here, in the last hour of game time, we've passed 10 seconds.
Okay.
Game time and IRL are so disproportionate. Especially like for combat, you know what I mean? You snap overnight is a snap of a fingers, and 3 months could be the snap of fingers. But a 1 minute a 1 minute combat will take 4 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has 2 hours in game time, 2 hours 15 minutes. You just multiplied his onset time by 9, basically.
I would say I've not used. Who's not used the spell?
As far as you know, it's a successful use of the spell.
Yeah.
Just have to pray for a miracle. No.
I'm just looking at the first edition to see if I remembered.
See the difference, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think.
Oh, I'm back.
So this turn you cast that. Okay. So Cornaith, what are you doing? Stabby with your knife.
He's
He's
having trouble with
Discord. Yeah.
Yeah,
did
it's,
say
that
it's
he's
fixed
gonna-
now.
Cool.
Oh, hi.
I had to restart it completely. Everybody kept going robot-y on me.
No worries.
Mine does that sometimes.
But yes, he is stabby with his knife, hopefully.
Cool. Good luck.
And failure.
So, move to Samir, the hero, who's now got an extra 2 hours to live. It's like that movie In Time. You just added 2 hours.
Yeah.
And sadly, I don't think he can do anything with that
There's nothing.
bonus lifetime.
I don't think there's nothing you can do about that. The boat's not coming back for 24 hours.
Yeah, there's nothing he could do at this point anyway, except maybe
But none of you know
You know,
that.
oh no, not even about the poison.
Yeah, none
and
of
then
you know
about the
that.
spider. He's gonna put away his sword, drop his shield down on the ground, and pull out his short bow, and hopefully be able to shoot the thing next round.
Okay.
Which will require initiative change next round.
Yep. So this spider, who was it that hit it last? Did anybody hit it the last round?
Me.
Yep. So it's going
I
to turn
think-
to you.
Oh no.
Oh no! It's yep. You just volunteered to be attacked, so you're
I
getting
know I
it.
did. Oh my god. Tribute.
Okay, so the spider Kiara all of a sudden, just in character, goes me when it's looking for somebody to attack. So it turns to her and it goes to bite her.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. Kiara didn't get bit
Yeah.
this time.
Thank goodness. It was already hurt though.
Yeah, well, it's your turn to try and get it now, I guess. So am I still rolling for you? Yeah.
Yeah, please. I've got
Cool.
my magic dagger, haven't I?
Yup. So good luck. Missed.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Darrow doesn't have that. Garona, who's now back in the game. Can't reach it. It's mobbed. But she's gonna stand ready. Actually, no. In character, if I'm playing her character, what would she do? She would try and at least do something. She would throw
Barge
her axe.
past everyone.
Would she barge past everybody, or would she throw an axe? I think she would just push past Kiara. Kiara, make a dex check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, knowing Alex the way I do, she would probably do just that. Try and push
the way
past
she plays
people.
Garona, yeah, she's shoulder barging through. Like, she wants to get in on this. Like, she's just fumbled and lost 2 rounds of attacks. Everybody's killing spiders. Kiara's stabbing it. She's like, no, fuck this. I'm right. Okay, so dex check. Do I need to roll that for you? Okay.
Probably, yeah.
You made it. So you don't fall over as you get rudely pushed out the way by your companion. Darrow just waited patiently, whereas Garona's like, fuck this! Ah! There was war cries. She was loving it. There was war cries were actually involved, and she's a barbarian, so... But then she just dropped her axes, and she's done nothing. So yeah, I'd say it's safe to say she'll barge past to get an attack in. Let's roll some attacks for her. No, it's worth it. She's landed a hit. Garona swings her axe and crunch splatters the giant spider to bits. It drops from the wall. Garona with her second attack, seeing that one was hit by a magic spell, so she thinks it might not be dead, it might just be sleeping. She's seen Cornaith do this a few times. She'll run in and do a coup de grace on that one with her second attack. This is just to make sure she doesn't fumble. That one's dead.
Does she get caught in the web?
Now she needs to roll save versus spell. Is it save versus spell for web spell? It is, isn't it?
Web spell?
Yeah, but I'm just going to use it like web spell. Is that not the way you do it for getting caught in a web?
Yeah.
I mean, with her strength, I don't even think a web spell would affect her.
Well, that's what I'm going to use the rules for, spell, because it's a big, sticky, massive one. So let me just grab the rules from...
Paralyzation would be the...
It would be the appropriate one, yeah. If we were just... Right, okay, we'll just use that then. We don't need to use a spell. If there's an appropriate saving throw, just use...
Paralyzation is probably the closest.
Yeah, petrification, paralyzation. Okay, so I'll roll that for her. Let's just see if she gets stuck or not. But she's always got strength and stuff to try and get out. But this is just to see if she
Even
gets
know
stuck.
whether it's easier or harder than spells, but it's...
Oi. She's fucking well stuck. That was a critical fail. Even though there's no necessarily critical on saves, she still rolled as bad as possible. So she's stuck up in a web. She's so badly stuck that she's not going to be able to try and swing either of her axes to get herself out. Someone else is going to have to try and get her out.
That's the way it returns.
Well, no, because everything's dead now, so combat's over.
Okay.
So now, it's just...
Actually, I shouldn't have been able to cast slow poison last round because it slowed. Because actually it was a longer
casting time. Don't worry about it now. The spell's not going to save his life anyway, so it's not going to change the game. Right, so we're in real time now, so notice the fire.
How far into the web is Garona?
10-15 feet.
Can take a bit of fire, can't she? Is my first.
That's your first thought. I should go like 33 out of 4. In fact, we've not put our hit points up. She should have 40. She should have 40 hit points.
Yeah, advise, I agree with Samir, what Samir's just said.
yeah. It might be better using his bow.
Yeah.
For the next 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Right.
Let's see what she's so stuck that even throwing a rope won't help. And the rope's just going to get stuck in the...
Well, let's just say her legs and arms are stuck. Someone else is going to have to try and cut her out.
I've got my dagger. Can I try and cut her out with my dagger?
Yeah, so you'll go in and you'll just make the same save. So I'll roll it for you.
I mean, if judgment says that Samir cutting through the webs with his sword will get to them before the fire and get them free, he'll gladly do so.
Right, you're caught, but it's only your feet are caught, so you can roll a strength test to free yourself. Because you didn't roll that 1 like she did. I'm just making this up as I go along.
Make it up in my favour.
You made a strength save, so you've saved yourself, right? Now, make another strength check to try and get her out. So I'll roll it for you. Give me a second. D20, where are you? No, you might not make that. What's your strength? I think it's quite good, actually.
Yeah, I've got decent... Oh, it's
you've got a 15 strength, right, so you have managed to pull Garona out of the web. Well done.
Sweet.
You got stuck a little bit, but then you got yourself out, and you pulled her out. Well done.
Stuff.
I'm just looking at this map.
Me too.
Fire's really kicking off now.
I think we should
We're going to have to start getting out. Yeah.
Fire's getting
Let's
a bit...
go.
get out of the cave for now. I want to monitor Mia.
Okay, so I'm moving Garona and Kiara because they're... Okay, so yeah, guys, let's get out of here.
Yeah, so we get out into the light.
So yeah, the ladies are gonna run. So you're gonna go out of the cave?
Yeah.
All together, right, okay.
Yeah. I want to monitor Samir. Fortunately, I've not got healing as an ability.
Do I? No.
Realism. I was saying daylight, try and I know it's only salt water, but wash bits of poison off, etc., etc.
Yeah, so you managed to clean the wound, and any bits of poison that were festering on the wound, you can clean off, but it's a bit well into his skin. You're no poison expert, but you can tell it's anything that was trying to get in there with its fangs is in there with its fangs.
Yeah. Well, I will monitor him.
Okay. I better start a timer. Set an alarm. Did it.
I mean, I called it.
It's in the next 2 and a bit hours. Let's say, see if there seems to be any change to him.
Okay. So, are you just going to rest here for a while then?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in 2 hours and 15 minutes, Samir dies.
Oh god, I can't believe you actually killed someone.
At least it was an NPC and not a PC. So yeah, after 2 hours and 15 minutes of resting, Samir goes and closes his eyes and stops breathing, and his heart stops beating.
I'll go back and tell. Oh my god! Oh, we've just killed that guy's son.
Yep.
We've just killed Relift's son.
Oh,
No, you killed Samir.
Well, we didn't. We didn't.
No, you killed Samir. Samir was the guy that
Oh yes, who
that
was?
Cornaith hired in Meshina. The young
Oh goodness,
wannabe
I got
adventurer.
so worried. I got really worried that I was thinking of Leroy. It wasn't Leroy at all.
Dude, this is the guy whose parents got 150 gold worth of gems.
Yeah,
I don't think
you
you're
just
gonna
bought
miss him too much.
You bought their son and killed him. Rip Samir. We have our first almost PC death because it's an NPC death.
yeah. Looks...
I'll take the cross off just because it's a little disrespectful. Out of respect, I'll just let him die like that.
Did you see what I did to his hit points?
Yes, minus 100. Rip. So let me just do this.
Should the kindest thing not be to like set him off to sea or something?
We can bury him in the cave.
I feel like it'd be
Corny.
less effort just to let him go in the sea though.
Cornaith has zero idea of human burial ceremonies or what they do with their dead.
But what do you do with a dead pet, Samir? I mean, Cornaith. When your dog dies, what do you do?
Well, I guess that depends on the tribe. Some of them bury it, some of it put it on top of a pile of stones, some of them burn it, some of them even eat it so that its life can carry on.
Please don't eat Samir.
Yeah. Hello, big. Rolls on his knowledge religion if he's got that. Does he have it?
He does have religion, yes. It's part of one of your bonus ones in your kit. I remember that because I love your kit. I play it.
Well, in that case,
Oi! Critical fail. A 20 on that, isn't it?
So Darrow believes that we should eat him so that his life can continue.
Darrow thinks that the human custom in this situation would be to eat him.
Tagan's on board with that.
Not eat him, right? No, eat
think
him.
that
No. Eat him is extreme.
No, that was only cracking a joke.
Arrow's default position will be to bury him where he died.
Yes.
I vote for letting him just bury him
The
at sea.
well, the thing is, the proper thing to do would be to take him home and bury him in Meshina. But Darrow has gotten it all wrong with his religion check and has totally made a mistake about human customs and religions.
Oh, so is he? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm following that.
He's made a critical. What he was doing is he's calling on his knowledge of religion to think of how does a human bury their human when this happens.
But he's got off, like,
the
the
answer
most
would be
wrong
you
way.
take him home to Meshina and bury him in Meshina, but he got it wrong and he thinks we bury him where he falls. That's the proper thing to do. So Darrow thinks the proper thing to do here is to bury him where he falls, but he's wrong. But he doesn't know he's wrong. He thinks he's right.
Okay.
Nice roll, Peter. The 20 when you don't want it, eh?
Yeah.
And Cornaith is fully on board with this plan.
Okay, so you want to
Yes.
bury Samir RIP.
He's having faith in his dwarven priestly companion.
Tegan's running circles with his tail wagging like fuck because he's getting to bury like how many is it? 360 something bones.
Yeah.
And eventually think about, is there what do we find when we go back in? Anything in the remains of the spider webs?
Yeah, actually, you find some remains that put together would make a humanoid skeleton. Several humanoid skeletons, but small. Again, like the one you found before, so could be the size of a dwarf or a halfling or a goblin or a kobold or... Do you know what I mean? Like that size. There's no telling what it is. It's all just bones. There's some bones. And it's all burned now as well, yeah. So you can only really tell the size of them. Nothing more. Dwarf sized, I guess.
But nothing valuable.
Perhaps probably smaller than dwarf size. No, nothing valuable. Some remains though. Humanoid remains. Bones.
Bury them too.
Okay, so
In the same one.
that was my next question. Well, Dano, it's you made the religion check. So
Yeah.
what's the proper protocol here? You throw in these random bones with them as well, yeah? I think that
Let's do one religion check.
Yep. So yeah, you throw the bones in as well.
Let's do another religion check on whether...
Right, okay, yeah, for the proper protocol here. Okay, so you managed to come to your senses and not throw these random bones that could be fucking anything in with him. So you dig a separate hole for the random bones. Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of tools have you got for digging, guys? I guess push come to shove axes will do it, eh?
Yeah.
What is the best thing you've got for digging? Because we've got to decide how long this takes, I guess. So what would you be digging with then at this stage? You're digging in sand, remember, so it's not going to be the hardest dig.
How soft is the sand? Considering that's the tide coming
Can
into the
Tegan
cave.
dig some? Sorry, Pierre.
Does the tide come into the cave?
You'd have to wait and see, wouldn't you?
It might be dry sand or...
No, the sand is wet. It's wet sand, so it's not dry sand. So clearly, the I guess, yeah, by that measure, then the tide does come up to the cave.
Can Tegan try dig?
If you were to take a closer look, actually, you would see that there is dry sand like nearer the mouth of the cave. Maybe the water doesn't come all the way up. Maybe further up it is a little drier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going in, and then it's becoming rock and earth because you're going into forest beyond that. So
Yeah. That's looking through the equipment. Of course, if it was soft sand, the bucket would do.
you have a bucket, that's right. Yeah, you can dig with that. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not going to take as long as it would with like axes and swords, I guess. If you've got a bucket, yeah, you'll get it done. So you need a human-sized hole. So you're going to be there a little while. Like I'd say, with a bucket, even taking turns, because it's going to be very cumbersome and awkward digging with a bucket. It's not going to be totally dry sand all the way down. Once you go down a couple of feet, even higher up, it's going to get to wet sand. I'd say a couple of hours to dig at least one human-sized hole and a small hole for some bones. So I'd say if we were on mid-morning when we got here, I'd say we're now high sun.
Yeah.
It's a hot day. You're on the beach. Yeah, it's like a hot day at the beach now, I guess. Yeah. So you're about what we call noon, high sun. The sun's up in its hottest point. You are digging this hole with a cumbersome tool. It's a good at least an hour's work for all of you, chipping in a little bit. So you're very sweaty after that.
Though we're in the cave, so we're sheltered from the sun.
Oh, right, okay, you're digging a hole in the cave. Okay.
Said where it died.
Yeah, right, okay, sorry, yes. Yes, okay, so... Yeah, still very labour intensive, the way you're having to dig it with a bucket, but yeah, not so fucked up from being in the sun, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so a couple hours though.
Say some prayers. Next round we'll find a place for a dead human.
Cornaith insisted that he'd be buried with his as a warrior, with his weapons and armour, so...
Okay.
That was a wise investment you made there, Cornaith. All your money's gone. Burying all this money. Corey's got 6 gold left.
Then, you have lunch. So, and then we're heading into the woods by the looks of it. There was no other exit from the gate,
No,
was there?
no, you're just going into the forest now, like, if you want to go anywhere. Back into the sea, or into the cave, or into the forest.
Into the forest it is.
Into the forest it is now. Let me see if I've got a wee forest map here for us anywhere.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
There it is. Nice forest map. Now, what I've done with this forest map is, although I don't use grids, you don't see the grids, and it doesn't snap to the grid, still have the grid changed to different lengths. So you see, like, for example, if we do the measure, your 30 feet's much smaller on this map.
Yeah.
So this, like, I've actually made the square smaller, so this is a bigger bit of forest. So what it should do by that, my point I'm making is it should, when I move you on, the tokens should be relative.
Okay.
So let's find out. Well, I almost brought Samir over. So Samir, let's pull your token down here to where it says deceased.
Eat.
Yeet.
Poor Samir.
I feel worse that I forgot it was Samir and I thought it was the farmer's son.
I named him after Swaytune.
Well, you know, on the upside, at least he probably died happy. I mean, this is what he wanted to
I
do.
always wanted to do, yeah. Alright, so I've moved you to the woods. So you're in the woods. There's a little stream in front of you. You can hear it. You can hear birds. You hear the sound of the woods, like birds, I guess frogs, that kind of noises. Trees rustling in the wind. The occasional, yeah, like bird calls. And then I guess you would hear animal calls as well. If anybody has any kind of animal knowledge from their proficiencies or anything, then we can check to see if they can tell what it is. Right, okay. So, what do you have?
Oh, maybe not. I've got animal handling, lure, and training.
Oh, you've got animal lore.
Yeah.
Okay,
make an animal lore check then. I'll roll it for you then. So, just from hearing noises and stuff, this is your chance to be able to tell what something is, just from hearing a noise. Animal lore is a relevant proficiency for that. Oh no, we've got animal lore. We've assigned them all handling, lore, and training. They're all assigned to dog. Yeah, they came under.
Yeah,
oh, is it just for dog?
Yeah, they're all assigned to a specific animal. So okay.
I could probably tell us they're not dog.
Oh yeah, but most people could.
What does a barbarian have?
Let's have a look at her character sheet. Endurance, blind fighting, animal training, canine. Oh, so you've both got that. Land-based riding, fishing, hunting, and Boyer Fletcher. So she has hunting. So let's make a roll for her on hunting.
No.
So with her hunting proficiency, she wasn't able to recognise any of the animal calls beyond what you can all tell is a bird. You can tell birds because they come from the sky and that, and it's like squawk. You all know what a bird sounds like. Sorry, I'm such an undescriptive DM. Now, I want everybody to roll perception checks. So I'm going to roll for Kiara.
That's a D20 against average of int and whiz.
Yes. So, Kiara made it. Darrow, you wouldn't have made it with that, I don't think.
Oh.
Cornaith definitely made it. Corona. She's going to... Oh, I didn't roll a D20. Now I need to check
just
her.
a D20.
Yep. Let's check Corona's sheet. Where is Corona's sheet? Did I close that? Oh no. Right, where's Corona's sheet? Need to check. She rolled an 11. So what's the average of her intelligence? Wisdom. 9 plus 12 is 21. Divided by 2 is 10.5. So yeah. Oh no, so it's 11. She rolled 11, it's 10. Oh, but it's 10.5. Do I round it up or down? I round up.
I made it.
Yeah. So she's made it. 11 made it. Okay, so whoever made that perception check, you all see blood on the ground. Just somewhere in the grass. Like dripping down maybe some long stalks of grass on some leaves. So it's like splattered around, not splattered like a blood splatter, but a little drop here, a little drop there.
Well, that's not a good sign.
A little drop on a leaf here, a little couple of marks along the ground here, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and you notice like looking at almost a trail of blood drops.
Mm. Tegan would probably be over to. He'd be interested in sniffing. I think probably a boat.
Okay, so as soon as Tegan
busy.
goes over to sniff the blood, he turns to you and he sticks his nose up in the air and turns in the direction of where the blood trail obviously goes. He's a dog. His sense of smell is 60,000 times better than yours. Who needs the tracking non-weapon proficiency when you've got a dog, eh?
Do we follow along?
Do we go with him, guys? Do we want to see? It could be someone who's hurt.
Yeah.
Or something.
We're following.
I'm gonna follow Tegan.
Others are coming. Cornate's coming.
Yep.
Is that a little?
Still got Paul here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
So Tegan's just like, because it's the water, he's just like, he's hesitating for a minute.
Is that a stream?
Yeah, that's a stream. So he hesitates a little bit. And then he goes off in this direction.
Follow him.
Oops. And then he stops. And you hear noises in the distance.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of struggling and fighting. But not like
animal.
Like animal, you hear animal, yeah, you do hear animal noise. You hear like the growling and roaring. Off in the distance though, you don't see anything, so you hear like "Rawr, rawr," and like yelps of pain from an animalistic voice, like not even a voice, sorry. You hear roars and growls, and then you hear like grunts and like almost like combat noises, like swords even being pulled out of sheaths almost. Things being shouted, but not in a language maybe any of you understand. What's everybody's languages?
I've
lot.
got Common and Modern Gypsy.
Paul, what's Cornaith got? 'Cause he's got a lot.
Common, Elven, Dwarven, Orc, Gnawl, and Hobgoblin.
Right, what's Darrow got?
Arrow's got common, dwarven, gnome, and obviously the one that we're really going to meet in this setting, Dragar.
Yeah, okay, now all of you except perhaps Kiara will actually know little bits of this. None of you know this language, but many of you have Orcish. How many said Orcish?
Me.
Yep, you have Orcish and Cornaith has Orcish and...
Not me.
Oh, not you. Well, Garona's a half-orc and Cornaith has Orcish. So what you recognise is a language that you're not fluent in, but you know a couple of words in because it's a cousin language, and you hear the words of the goblin language being shouted and yelled in panic and in a fight situation.
Well, we'll be careful then. So, advance carefully towards the battle.
So you see two goblins fighting a bear. Now this bear has got a trap on its ankle. Some sort of claw device. Like a modern bear trap, something very similar. A little cruder, I guess. It's one of those things that's not changed in a long, long time. So it's got a bear trap trapped around its ankle, hence the source of the blood drips. And there's two goblins fighting with it. They're in combat with it, goblins with spears and shields.
And they're fighting this thing and it's stuck in the trap.
No, the trap's on its leg and it's still able to move. It's
Okay.
like the trap's not tied to the ground. The trap's big and
Okay,
heavy, but the
right.
bear's obviously a big, strong one and it can move.
Okay.
So it's been dragging this trap along with it. That's what the trail of blood is. And now it's in this combat with these two goblins. So I'm going to roll initiative for these things, because these things are having a fight. You don't necessarily have to, but these guys I'm going to, because these guys are having a fight. So give me a second. So one of them's using a short sword and one of them's using a spear. That one's using a spear, this one's using a short sword. So what I want to know is, at this point where I'm rolling initiative, is anybody in this party doing anything that comes in this initiative turn, this turn order? And while you decide, I'm going to quickly run to the fridge, so 10 seconds.
Out of character, I kind of want to just kill the fucking goblin that are fighting with the bear.
In all reality, you know, Cornaith being an elf, the bear is a natural animal, the goblins are evil creatures, they need to die. This bear needs to be saved.
Sweet, I'm on your side, Cornathan. I'm in.
Just want to check.
Uh-huh.
Given different DMs run humanoids differently, I just want to check how Ryan does them.
Okay.
Others, are they the evil?
Okay, the lore in my world. Let me just tell you a little bit of lore from my world then. Let's get a wee chance to do this. So, there was what is known as the Great Gods War, which was about 50 years ago, which was what caused this forming of this new religion that Darrow follows. It was the biggest event in recent history of the world. Was the Great Gods War, where gods got involved. The war was so huge, it was destroying continents. There was islands were sunk, whole forests were burnt down. It was such a cataclysmic war. It was so destructive to the world that the gods interfered to stop this war. And this war was the greenskin races against an alliance of humans and civilized, like high elves, some of the closer to human society, dwarven civilizations made an alliance together and fought back the greenskins, and the greenskins have been banished from these islands and from the entire west half of the huge continent that these islands are off to the side. They've been banished for 50 years. Goblins and orcs. No one's seen them for 50 years in this part of the world. So this is not just are they evil creatures. In my world, they are renownedly evil creatures that all the good and moral races of the world united together in recent memory to have a war against. So there's the answer to your question. It's more than just yes or no.
Concerned, it can be as racist as we like to.
Well, towards goblins and orcs, or the greenskins. Oh yes, and you'd be raised on racism against them. You'd be raised like that. Your parents would teach you hate for them. You particularly are a dwarf, but not just dwarfs. In any typical D&D setting, fantasy setting, the dwarves hate the greenskins. But here, you all hate the greenskins. The elves hate the greenskins. The humans hate the greenskins.
So Garona's lucky we're not trying to murder her in her sleep, pretty much.
That's why she gets such racial tension everywhere she goes.
Okay.
That's why she got into a random fight. That's why nobody wanted to work for her.
Okay. In that case, we know we're attacking them.
Yeah, I would say so. So go ahead and roll initiative. Decide what you want to do to them and roll initiative.
Distance still quite some way.
Yes.
90 feet to the closest goblin.
Oh.
I had to measure it for my spell. That's the only reason I know.
Yep. That's why I wanted a bigger map here, because things get more interesting when there's more distance involved.
Can we move closer? We can't move and attack, can we? Unless we do.
You can move a certain amount of your movement and attack. So you can move up to half your movement rate and still attack. So if your normal movement rate is 120 feet, you can move 60 feet and still attack.
Okay.
You're looking at the range of hammer.
Now, we're not changing the rules from feet to yards for being inside to outside, because you're still in thick forest, so you still have the same movement rates.
And the ranges are the same then.
Yes. Ranges are the same, movement is the same. Keeps it simple, and the way to excuse that, the way to say that you've done that, is that you're in thick, dense forest, so you still have the same restrictions as you would in a dungeon. You're still moving at that same cautious, you know what I mean? You're lifting your feet, you're walking, looking where you're walking. That's why you have the different speeds for outside and inside. This, you've got your inside speed in the forest.
Just wanting to remind myself whether dwarves move as big people or little people.
Dwarves move as little people. 60 feet per round.
So in that case, I can't, I can start moving in that direction, but I haven't got time to move and throw a hammer, which only has 30-foot range.
Correct, so you're not getting there this round.
Yeah. I'm traipsing over. What modifier should I roll on my initiative, considering?
If you're just moving,
Yeah.
just 3. Natural initiative, like as if you're doing a natural attack for a medium-sized creature. 3.
10 plus 3.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you mind doing my
Yeah. What are you
roll?
rolling for?
My dagger, magic dagger.
Yep. So what's your? You're not going to get there this turn, so I'm just going to check what
No,
the
it's
distance
too
is.
far.
Yep. You are. Yes, I mean you can get there, but you won't attack this turn. But you can certainly try to distract them and everything. But I'll roll your initiative for dagger anyway.
Thank you.
That's the straight D10 without the modifier that's appeared. So I'm on a 4 for whatever it's worth.
Okay. Kiara's on 11.
Make it a 5, so I've got the option of throwing the hammer
Yeah.
if for some reason they come nearer us.
Okay. Okay. Cornaith has rolled his. Garona, although she's a half orc, she's raised in human society. She still hates the goblins and that as well. She's raised on hate. She was raised by humans. She just has this half orc blood in her. But half orc doesn't mean that one of her parents was an orc. It just means she's a human with orc blood. Just like half elf doesn't mean you're half an elf. So she still hates the goblins as well. So she's attacking them now. She'll add 2 turns. For her 2 axes. I've closed her again. I need to open up her character sheet just a second, folks. Garona. Initiative.
Did you know if you have a token out with a sheet connected to it, if you hit shift and then double click the token, it'll open the sheet?
Cut out there,
Oh,
Paul.
nice, Paul. Nice.
Just,
You
for
hit-
you when you accidentally close the sheet.
That's
But
good.
yeah, if you hold down your left shift key and then double click any token that you have control of, it'll automatically open the sheet that's linked to it.
That is awesome. I love it. Nice one.
Oh, that does make things.
That's
So-
really good. Yeah, yeah. So you just click your character or highlight, just go over the character, hold shift, and double
Yep.
click. Boom.
And then
there's a
double
sheet
click
for that. So that works for any token that's got a sheet attached to it. That's brilliant, Paul. Nice one, man.
Yes.
Okay, so that's everybody that's on the map has initiatives for this round then. No, it's not. Forgot about old
Did Tegan
Doggo.
get one?
We forgot about Tegan. Right, let's do this.
It's really amazing for a DM,
Oh, that's great.
because
Because I've got so
Sometimes-
many that I'm using, yeah.
exactly.
Alright, so.
No,
At
that
the beginning of this round, one of these goblins, and that's that one. He's attacking the bear, so. No, cancel. This is the short sword one. Sorry. Let's do the spear there. Short sword. Bear's armor class is 6, so that's a miss. Now Darrow.
he'll start wading towards the goblin scum.
Kill the greenskins. Full movement. 60.
You shout that, not me. It's not necessarily going to be quiet. Let me move this out of the way. You basically there.
Yeah. Okay. Tegan. Let me just check what his movement is. I think it's faster than people.
If I remember right, war dogs are a 12, same as humans and elves.
Not 15 though.
I could be wrong. It's,
You
going
might
from
be
memory here.
15. Yeah, I am as well, and yours will be better than mine. Does it say here? Okay, so... Oh no, I've got the rules on this monitor, it's fine. So, Player's Handbook. Monster Manual.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my ogre in Josh's game has a
Dog.
war dog. It is 12.
War Dog, movement 12, yes. Its Wild Dog has movement 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can go 120 feet, or 60 and attack. So...
Does he know who he's attacking?
Yeah. He's trained. She's got proficiency in animal handling.
He's a guard
and,
dog.
Yeah, she's got animal handling and animal training. She can tell him to attack certain things just with a snap of the finger or a whistle or a look. Do you know what I mean? So he can't attack, but he can get there.
I played a dwarf animal handler who had the dwarven NWP of sign language, and that was how he trained his dogs.
Oh, cool. That's very cool. Okay, Cornaith, what is you doing?
I mean, what else does Cornaith do?
Casting a spell? I love when he casts spells. Oh, she's gonna cast sleep, yes!
Yes.
Except dummy me, I didn't have my token selected.
Yeah, good one, Pop. 4 hit dice of creatures. You know that takes both those goblins down, eh?
Yep.
Yep. Good night, gobbles. It's sleepy time.
Yes, Corny.
They were both going to sleep no matter what, even on a minimal roll.
Yep. Sleepy time, gobbles. You got one-shotted by old Cornaith. Well done, Cornaith. You one-shotted another encounter. That sleep spell's pretty deadly on these low-level monsters, eh?
Shit, if I'd have rolled a little bit better, I might have just got the bear, too.
I know, can we heal the bear?
What's the bear doing?
It has a trap attached to its leg.
Yeah.
It's not doing good.
Yeah, it's bleeding. It's got a bear trap attached to its leg, so it's howling. When you come close to it, when the dog comes close to it, it's scared. It's not, but it's like it's not running away, but it's backing away. You can tell that it hurts for it to move at all on this leg. So now that it's still confused. Like it thinks it's under less of a threat. It's not running away, but it's still scared.
I would call.
Kiara,
Yeah.
you're a bard. Perhaps music to soothe the beast.
Oh my god, that's such a good idea.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can I roll to...
Can you roll a d20, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Now, honestly, I've never played a bard, never been in a group with a bard. I don't know the mechanics of bards, but I know their music can do some pretty awesome shit depending on their levels.
Give you bonuses, and in fact it gives you like +1s and stuff on anything that if she knows the situation where you're going into, what you're going into in advance. So if she knows you're going into battle, or if she knows you're going to try and heal someday, or she knows what you're going to do, when she plays her song for inspiration, if she makes her so her bardic inspiration song is different from like just playing an instrument. She can actually give you buffs when she gets a success. So any like animal handling you try here now, any healing you try, anything like that, it's going to have a buff on it from her. Doesn't work in the middle of a combat. She can't just start playing it and it works. It has to be preempted, and you have to know what you're going into, etc.
Right. I mean, like I said, I know they can do some pretty awesome shit with their music. I mean, don't know the limitations.
She's rolled well. I would say that she can calm it down a little bit, and because she's rolled well, she's managing to play what she wants to well, so she can play a nice lullaby, soothing kind of melody on her lute, so she can play the right style of music to try and calm it down. So, and I'd say that it's a success. You definitely take its rage level down by 1.
Good. I made sure that Tegan was back as well, and not like he's not barking at it or scaring it anymore.
Okay, as the dog backs up, you see the bear ease off maybe slightly more again. The bear slowly starts moving its head down, keeps looking back up, moves its head down, looks back up. When it realises that you're not coming to hurt it starts licking its wound and wincing as it tries to touch it with its paw, and it's in a lot of pain.
Do we have something to heal it?
Unfortunately, animals. I haven't got speak with animals because it's
Not
ordinary
it's
clerics
not
don't get animals.
it's not in your spheres.
Yeah.
I know that there's no game mechanic for this, but I'm going to trust that the bear is familiar with other creatures of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly and cautiously approach it, like you would a dog,
Yeah.
kind of holding out the hands, letting it get a good sniff, seeing that I'm not being threatening, trying to hurt it in any way.
Okay, so the bear's reaction, with every kind of step, it's getting a little bit better. Its reaction to you is getting a little bit calmer. The bear, as far as you can tell, seems to understand that you're not a threat to it at this point. As far as
Darrow,
you can
please be ready to save me.
tell.
Clack, clack, clack.
I'll bring
And,
Rona and Kiara down.
Watching it, I know that I'm probably going to be too late.
Good time to use her hunting skill on the bear.
Garona, when she comes down, she's going to look at the bear and she's going to go, ugh. And she's going to just go, boom,
Whap its head off.
boom. And no, she's finishing off the 2 goblins that were sleeping.
Oh, good. I was going to say it's sad enough it's caught in a trap. I don't think I
So
could
she
deal
kills
with
the
it by his
goblins.
Misery.
She kills the goblins, and then she looks at it and smiles, and she backs up. So she's made her gesture to the bear as well. Her gesture was to kill the things that was tormenting it.
It's probably going to be too late if it takes this as a threat. I'm going to get swatted before I get a chance to back up. But I would like to calmly still approach it further.
Mm-hmm.
And whether I get swatted or not, reach for the trap on its paw. And if it does not swat me, attempt to release it.
Make a strength check. No, this would be a open doors check. Not bend bars, because it's not as bad as that, but the open doors check. Because it's a hinge thing, isn't it? Picture like your modern bear trap. Big, heavy iron thing.
Yeah.
And by the time it's shut, it's closed pretty shut. So yeah, some sort of strength check will be required. In fact, just roll a strength check. Just roll against strength. Simplify. Boom, you made it. So you managed to open up the trap, and it locks when it gets to 180 degrees. It locks open.
That even passed my open doors check.
Oh, it did, yeah. So there you go. So a regular old bear trap. Open it up. It clicks, it locks open.
Cornate is an uncommonly strong wizard.
That was nicely done, yeah. So the bear looks at you with bearish gratitude. With a bearish gratitude look in its eyes.
You can offer it some food.
I mean, I figured it was grateful when it didn't fucking rip my head off.
Yep.
Now that its foot's out of the bear trap, how badly injured does it look?
Pretty bad. It's cut up pretty bad. It's bleeding.
What does Darrow think of animals? Do you actually waste cure spells on them?
I mean, a druid would.
I would.
I don't know how you
The
portrayed Darrow feeling about it,
I
but
think
a
Kiara,
druid
you would
would.
definitely want to, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
You're a gypsy bard. You're at one with nature and the animals, and
I've got my dog.
yeah, you're a great animal lover, and I think so it's up to you guys what you want to do, but you all have your different kind of views on it.
Oh yeah, that would be stupid. I don't know if I have any left anyway, but to get it to take a healing potion.
Bear's not going to understand that. Like, you could probably get your trained dog to drink a healing potion.
Okay.
But no, I don't think it's I don't think you're going to manage that in any way. Maybe if Paul casts sleep on it, then you poured it down its throat. I guess that would work, actually.
That is, I know, I am aware that is a lot of effort as a group to go to save the bear too.
And we're also hella metagaming. But of course, it's up to you guys.
Ammo doesn't have a great attachment to nature. Outside things.
Cornet's opinion would be it would heal on its own now that the trap is gone, and to let nature take its course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was definitely threatened. It was threatened by the goblins. It was impeded by the trap. Now it's back at its normal state of being.
Okay, so the bear, it'll get up and it hobbles a little bit on its 3 legs when it's its back right leg, and it walks over to the goblin. It'll turn around and it stamps its other good foot. In fact, no, it'll do it with its front feet because its back foot's fucked, so it's taking the weight. So it's doing it with his front foot, and he's going, and he claws at his face, and his bear claws are ripping this goblin's face up. He's not hitting it; he's clawing the shit out of it, like, and he's like just ripped the face, he's ripped the skin off the skull of this dead goblin, like, and then he just kind of turns around and looks around and starts walking away and has one more look at Cornaith, and then he has another wee look at everybody else. Garona, Kiara, Darrow, the dog. Turns around again, but then he turns around and he takes one last look at Cornaith, and he walks up slowly and he's sniffing, and he sits down on his hind paunches, and he holds out his front paw with a clenched fist.
Okay, so this bear just sat down in front of me and is like trying to give me a fist bump.
Yeah. Are you leaving him hanging or not?
Fuck it, he'll reach out and touch its paw.
Okay, so then he bumps Bones with you, and then he gets up, and he turns round, and he limps away.
Shit, you never know. We may have just encountered the avatar of a forest god. Yeah, we don't know.
I was just thinking that.
So he walks off, exit stage right, and that's 11 o'clock actually, so it'd be a nice place to end it there tonight.